Hopefully that's not too bad for the stream while we're waiting here, but should be okay for the time being.
Man, it's odd doing this from the backseat of my car.
Right? That'd be fun. That's gotta be fun.
First time I've ever played D&D in the backseat of a car. Well, second time. There was a long trip.
Hey, that sounds like a great way to spend like a road trip. Although I feel bad for the driver not getting to hang out and do stuff.
Well, it's usually me and my brother in the very, very back, because we have a car that has the third row that'll pop up.
You mean like shoot. I don't know what you call it. Those things that go over a truck bed to basically like make it a. Or is it just a car with a third set of seats?
It's just a car with a third set of seats. But in the back seats on long road trips with the radio going, you can't hear the conversation going on at the front of the car. So we end up doing our own thing. You know, like I've brought my laptop and I'll watch movies or play games. One time we played a D&D session in the back seat of the car. It was hard to play Magic though. Hard to keep all the cards situated while traveling.
Well, Cameron is going to be a minute here because he's doing something very important. I won't say what, because it wouldn't be very good of me to say. But he's in the middle of something for a little bit here, so we're gonna hang out for just a few minutes while things kind of pile up. So how have you been over this last week, man?
I've been good. Just doing what I do, going to my grandparents and doing chores.
Hey, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's actually nice. Everyone else is stuck at home. Every day I take off, go feed cows, run around the farm for a bit, play with the cats, and then go home.
Lucky you get to play with both cows and cats.
Well, I wouldn't so much say I play with the cows. I call them names and kind of kick at them every now and then.
That's called cow tipping. Hey, stranger. Welcome to the party. It is
Hello.
It is once again time for Dungeons and Dragons, and I think once again, Cameron's not here for the time being. If you missed that, and he will be back in a little while, and then. Who the hell knows if Parker's gonna show up?
Yeah, he's very iffy.
like, come on. If it's your sister's birthday today, you should tell me at the beginning of the week so I can be like, okay, well, maybe we can do it on Saturday. See if everybody can do it on Saturday. But no. This is like this is the second time it's been somebody's birthday, and nobody has bothered to tell me until the day of.
Well, I let you guys know this morning that I was going to be a little bit late, but I brought everything so I could do this even at the birthday.
Because once again, things are neat. You are doing amazing things.
I have more spell slots. I need damage spells.
Please, sir, can I have some damaging spells? Oh, goodness. Where is Cam? I can't tell you. But he's a little busy. He'll be back soon.
He's doing personal things in the bathroom with a box of tissues. He'll be back soon.
You got about half of that, right? Oh, goodness gracious. God, it's been weird living down here lately. Just trying to figure out what to do, especially since nothing is open, really.
Since Vegas is shut down. Though it should be starting to open up before too long.
Yeah.
A lot of places are.
My brother's going to try working convention setup. It's heavily used, so I'm not sure how he's going to get into that, but, you know, there's always some way. Oh, wait, I had to fix something.
Yeah.
Ugh. There we go. That should be better. Myself, though, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Right now, I'm just going to try and get my schoolwork done, obviously. I'm trying to supplement my income where we can. But I'm not even frustrated about that. Mostly what I've been frustrated about is I need to get my computer fixed. I need, like, a professional opinion on what needs to happen to fix my PC. But the only PC repair shop nearby me is only doing Macs because of the coronavirus.
Oh,
Which doesn't make sense.
They kind of have to do Macs because if they shut down doing Macs, Apple won't sell them another license to repair it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That makes sense. Actually.
Yeah, that's a lot of why
Oof.
a lot of these repair places are still doing Apple products, is if you shut down for, I think it's like a month period on doing Apple products, you lose your license, and Apple does not like giving those out.
That really sucks. Well, I mean, have you seen the things that you have to do to repair an Apple product? It's insane.
Oh yeah, I tore apart 150 Apple computers to pull out hard drives and RAM. It is a process.
Hold on. Yo, what up? We're streaming, so. I mean. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hold on to your freaking horses. I gotta do it. I am returned. Fuck all my shit. It's on my. Cameron will be on in just a second. He is. Okay, wait. So the mic's back on. Everything is fine. So Cameron is gonna be in here in just a minute. He has returned from his important business.
Hello.
He's here.
Back from your special fun time?
Oh yeah.
It is super special.
Yo, we joke about that, but I remember having Steven over at your house for things.
Oh yeah.
And he would just
Well,
disappear.
That's not what I was doing.
Well, I also
Everybody,
remember
that's
him
not what
coming
I was
over
doing.
to our house, and first thing he did is he took off his pants.
Yeah.
He would
Sounds
quite literally
right.
walk in the front door, close it, look at us, and pants were on the floor. Because that's how he is.
Hey man, I'm not the kind of person who likes to wear pants around the house anyway.
Yes,
it's
but
my
usually
house,
that's
but
not
it's
the
my
first
house.
thing you... Yeah.
Yes, and it's not the first thing, usually. In this end. Okay.
Dude. Ugh. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
I am trying to think of that.
So who's all gonna be here? Let's see.
It looks like it's just gonna be you and Harley, unless Parker pulls a fucking instant transmission and shows up randomly. But at current, he's playing Civ 6, or I'm gonna get. Is it Civ 6? Yeah, it's Civ 6. He's playing.
Why is there no damage spells for 3rd level?
Shit, dog.
I can speak with the dead, but I can't kill something.
Rip.
Oh my god. There has to be a damaging spell at 3rd level for bards.
Ugh. Okay. Gotta drink some water.
Wait, stinking cloud? No. Oh no.
Out
That
of
doesn't
everything,
do
I think
damage.
that's the only damage spell.
There's no damage.
It doesn't.
Oh, I have to apologize.
You got Liam
I gotta make one quick 2-minute phone call, so I'll be right back.
Oh god.
There's
They're
no
legitimately.
damage spells.
There's legitimately no third
no
level
damage spells. And it's not like there's a good heal or anything in there either.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, bro.
See, this is why having a paladin and a bard is not a good party setup. The poor bard can't do squat. I am just support. You look at this. This is all the filler stuff you need in a normal campaign full of characters. Is you need someone who can do that illusion in the time of need, or you come against that enemy that speaks a language no one else does, so your bard handles it.
Yeah.
That's what a bard does. And we had so many players, I thought, yeah, we'll need that. Now I'm kind of wishing I was cleric or fighter or anything else.
Really quick, I did see your message, stranger. Unfortunately, there's an echo because Harley is currently using his phone in the back of his car, and that's what it is. It's Harley is echoing, and I don't think there's much that we can do about that at the time.
I'm trying to mitigate it as best I can.
And it's, hey, whatever you're doing is working really well. I don't know how, but whatever you just did apparently fixed it. At least I'm not seeing it. But once Cameron gets back, we'll get started for realsies. So once again, it shouldn't be too bad this session. I will try to keep it like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep it fairly tame, because last session was incredibly strenuous. And I still have some more rebalancing to do. I'm gonna figure out today whether or not I'll be bringing in a new player. I'll do my best. You guys you're level 4, right?
I think 5, right?
Oh, I think both of you must be level 5 then. Okay, that's perfect actually.
I'll take Tiny Hut because it is very versatile.
Yes.
Stone doesn't have nose, so stink isn't going to affect it.
I love how sending is. Wait, is it a what is it? Is it a con save? Against poison. Yeah. I like how sending has an unlimited range. It's basically just long range. It's a cell phone, basically.
Yeah. And in a normal party, that's a great thing. Because if I remember it correctly, if you know where they are, so if you use like me in locate object sending, I can talk to party members in other buildings.
Yeah, hey, that's not a bad thing. I think you can do the same with a message, just on a very short scale.
Yeah, message is, I think, line of sight, like 60 feet, and it wants you line of sight.
Line of sight if you know the other person, though.
Yeah, if you know the other person, you can get away with not having line of sight, but it's only 60 feet. Sending's like anywhere in the universe. You just, hey.
Oh, message is actually 120 feet.
Oh, 120.
Yeah. You can
That's not
spell
bad.
through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. Magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks the spell.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
So a really big tree stops you.
Yeah.
The spell doesn't have to follow a straight line. You can travel freely.
Wait, so last session we reached level 5, right?
Yes, you two reached level 5.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I tried to get more damage spells. My level 3 spell slots can't physically do damage.
It's fine.
You could use hypnotic
I have checked
pattern,
every
probably.
compendium book I have access to, which is all of them.
Oh,
No.
bruh, I got extra attack. I get 2 actions.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess you
That's
just kind of
good.
get 2 attacks. But
Well,
yeah,
technically for a paladin, that's 2 actions.
that is true. Uh,
Oh God.
I don't know.
I
Shit,
need
dog.
I need to put in Dominic, did you ever fix Sebastian's sheet?
Oh fuck no, I didn't.
No, you didn't. It's still fucked.
I got
Oh
distracted.
no. Oh no.
Magic
cantrips.
mouse.
That's cantrips up there. Fuck. So Harley, if you
Magic
want to
mouse
know,
sounds
my
like
spell
a
sheet goes blank,
euphemism.
blank, level 3, blank, 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 blank.
It's really inconvenient. I'll have to fix his sheet at some point. I just basically need to copy the page from a different sheet and paste it in. I don't know how he got his sheet to be that way. I really don't.
Oh, that's gonna be such an expensive spell, but it's probably the best one I can get.
Which one?
Glyph of Warding.
Yeah, Glyph of Warning is very, very good.
Inscribe that on the back of the paladin.
Would
Hell
that work? Hang on.
Yeah.
I want
I
to.
believe so.
Want to see. I'm gonna read through its description in its entirety just to see. Oh my god.
Do I get any? I do get. Okay, so I'm kind of scared to put any spells in right now. So my second level spells are Aid, Branding Smite, Find Steed, Lesser Restoration, Locate Object, Magic Weapon, Protection from Poison, and Zone of Truth.
How long does it takes an hour to cast, and then once you cast, you can't move more. If you cast it on the paladin, he won't be able to move more than 10 feet or it goes away. And it takes an hour.
Spell sucks.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad if you put it on like the floor or in a chest, because then it basically lasts forever until it's dispelled or triggered. So
I believe you can put it in a closed object without it, the 10-foot. So
yeah,
like a
like
closed
a chest.
book.
You put it inside a chest or a book, and
Yeah, I can carry around a book with like a glyph on multiple pages and just open up to the page and.
Well, no, because if you move the object more than 10 feet from where you cast the spell, it dispels.
Huh.
That's like the one thing.
I thought that was the reason for the books, is it kind of allowed you to move it further.
Let me see.
Spell.
I can't write down my second level spells until my sheet's been
Scroll or
repaired.
treasure chest to conceal the glyph.
If you choose an object, that object must remain in its place. If the object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast the spell, the glyph is broken and the spell ends without being triggered.
Yeah. But being able to set down an explosion behind us is useful.
That is true.
I still don't see
It's basically a mine.
Paladin gets.
Yeah.
So what are the other effects? There's like spell, explosive. Yeah, you can store
actually,
a
that one's
spell.
not bad. Spell glyph, I can set it up for a level 3 or lower spell to go off.
You set up a glyph of warding so it just casts a message and it just calls whoever steps on it a bitch.
Well, if you're gonna go that far, just vicious mockery it.
Ooh.
So when it says bitch, it does damage.
That's true. Stranger might be available to watch the stream on Tuesday, apparently. Well, it would be wonderful to have you, but don't stress yourself coming over, please. Are we fully ready to continue? By the way,
I need to write down my second level spells, but my sheet is telling me no.
Okay.
This is what a piece of paper is for?
Yes. Or, not
are
breaking
really
your
nice.
online sheet.
I didn't break it! I did not! I didn't even edit the damn thing. It just appeared like that one day.
That's
Like,
gonna
you
be
can
an oof for
Scroll
me.
down to put in my level 2 spells.
You have a copy of the blank sheet, right?
Yeah, I should.
You should be able to just copy the page, like the subsection of that sheet, and paste it into yours.
That's a good idea.
That's how I was gonna fix it either way. So you might just be able to do that while we're playing today.
Okay, well, let me try. If it breaks entirely, well...
If it breaks entirely, then we'll just get you
You know
a
what?
new sheet.
I'm taking major image.
I need a chance to play Dazzle again and get, because I love in illusion magic, and it's like my one character that's an illusion magic based character.
It all depends on you and the DM.
Yes.
Because illusion magic can be really powerful, but the DM also has to be willing to work with you. I think the scenario that one of the groups I was watching talking about it used is, you're running from the guards, you duck down an alley and throw up a brick wall.
It didn't work.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
Granted,
Granted,
there is a
at all, Dominic.
Uh-oh.
It didn't work at all. It made it worse.
I don't know what you did, so it's kind of...
I went to the blank sheet, highlighted it, hit copy, went to my sheet, highlighted the broken part, hit paste. It did not work.
Your Google Docs is eating paste right now.
It broke even further.
Now
there isn't even sections. Now it's just a blank white space with a bunch of green dots.
For me, we were playing a game that my mother actually was running for fun one day. We had a bunch of people up. It was me, Cameron, and Josh. Was it just us? Me, you, and Josh?
Yes.
And Josh and I played 2 characters each. Josh really didn't do much with his second character, but I was playing a pair of kobold wizards that I have, named Razzle and Dazzle, respectively.
How did that fix it? How?
They're basically traveling magicians, whatever. But Dazzle is the one that I'm gonna end up using, like, because it's my character.
Yeah.
But either way, we were on a boat fighting a bunch of like undead or something. I don't remember who we were fighting, but the boat was on fire. So where we got on the boat, there was like it was like a set of stairs, and that led up to the upper part. So when we got on the boat, we went up the stairs, and in order to like block people from coming at us, I used minor illusion to throw a fire right beneath, like right in the small space that was for the stairs, so that it looked like fire was blocking us off.
Yeah.
Because illusion magic is just that kind of thing where you gotta just be creative, otherwise the DM is gonna find a way to screw you.
Well, that's one of those things, like I was trying to explain, the run down the hallway, throw up the brick wall.
Yeah.
They were talking about with the DM, it depends, because yes, there's a saving throw for the guard stops and looks at it and goes, that's not real. But
That's
really, if you're chasing someone down a road and they duck into an alleyway and you see a brick wall there when you look, are you going to stop to inspect that wall?
If it were me, I'd probably just run right around the corner and like run through it because I wasn't paying attention. And if it were an actual
looking
brick
over
wall,
your
I'd just
shoulder
hit
at
it.
Oh,
no,
I'm
I'm just be like, won't get away from me, and I'd see the wall like where it would be too late, and I'd imagine I'm gonna get hit, but then I just run through it. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm an idiot.
Why has God done this to me? All of my spells no longer have names.
Cameron, I don't know how to save you. I really don't.
All of my spells don't have names anymore. Why?
I really have no clue how to rescue you from the hell you've
It
created.
doesn't say. It doesn't say. Wait. Yeah, the spell name section is fucking gone.
This is really
Undo,
hilarious.
undo.
This sounds like a future Cameron problem.
It's still gone.
Cameron, just use the app on your phone.
It doesn't matter. It's broken there too.
No, Cameron, I mean use the spell app that has like the cards that I use. That's what I use.
But I don't even
I mean, I
know
write
what
down my
fucking
spells, but I
are.
use that app whenever it's like
Because they just disappeared.
whenever I have a character that has prepared spells. Like for learned spells, I can use the sheet, whatever. But for prepared
Yeah.
spells, I like being able to just quickly like click and unclick and then filter by my prepared versus my.
Well, that's the good thing about having spell cards, is you
Oh,
can
yeah.
sit down and actually see what you have prepared.
God, I want
And
spell cards. I have some.
Basically,
some
throw the
GGE
card and
ones.
discard, and you've burnt it. I've seen some used. One of our buddies who's been playing D&D for years has a set, and he let his kids use them.
Oh no.
Those were cool.
I hear the emphasis on the word use.
Yeah. Well,
Or
he's
were, not use.
hardcore strickler for rules. So, like, there is a very particular way to roll dice.
Oh?
And if you don't roll the dice properly, you get talked to multiple times throughout the session about it.
Oh no. What's the proper way to roll dice?
Well, most people, when they start rolling dice, they do, the TV Vegas gambling roll where it rolls across the table.
Yeah.
There's a rolling technique where you basically go straight up in the air and it will fall and land almost in one place. And that's how you're supposed to roll D&D dice.
Huh.
I
literally would not be able to do that here.
Please save
Yeah.
me.
It's not always an option.
You just have like a boggle thing where you just like shake it and then the D&D dice fall in.
Dom, I need you to save me.
That's what I want.
It's all falling apart.
Cameron.
The entire sheet's falling apart.
Cameron, I'm not waiting any longer. We're gonna start.
I can't stop
It's been almost half an hour.
I can't even edit anything on my sheet without something breaking now. Oh my god.
Well, stop editing
What
things
did
on
you
your
copy?
sheet, pull
Like,
out a sheet
how
of
did
paper,
you do it?
and
What
start writing it
process?
down.
What process did you? You know what? You linked me your sheet, right? It's on our DMs.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it? Is it before or after I sent you? There it is. I was gonna say, is it before or after I sent you all the rat pictures?
Rat pictures?
You ever seen that picture of the guy who's like picking up a rat with one hand?
No.
Well, basically, there's a picture of that, but it's like superimposed onto all kinds of video games. I'll send you one. I'll send one over the group chat.
Please free me.
I have your sheet open.
Because I think you're trapped in your own stupidity.
Here
My
you go.
spell sheet is broken as shit.
That's the rat. I sent him a bunch of those images, and that was right after he sent me a sheet. Okay, so let me look and see what the hell happened here. I see. I hate to ask you this, but can you take all of the information for your spells and post it in like a different thing so that you can keep them? You won't have to rewrite all of them.
Oh no. What are you going to do?
I'm basically gonna hit control. I'm basically just gonna delete the whole thing.
Why?
Because I have
No!
I have to go to my 5th edition blank sheet Redux, and then I'm
Time
gonna
to
have
open a bunch of different notepads.
Just open one. That's all you
Yeah,
need.
just put them all in one notepad.
But
What are you doing?
is that Hunter's Mark? I don't even know. They don't have any spell names. They're all gone.
Oh
Why
wait,
am
you
I
might not
putting
even have to.
Oh my god, I've already started.
Hey, look, there it is.
What'd you do? Did you fix it? I can't see.
I mean, it should be fixed.
It is absolutely not.
Cameron, go down and see where it says "Read Me." Right on the right there, you should see "Copy of Spell Sheet."
Where?
Oh my god. You know how you'd switch to front, back, spell sheet, bank?
I'm on Read Me.
Go to the right of Read
Copy
Me.
of spell sheet. I see it. There it is. Now what do you want me to do?
Copy all your stuff over and then delete the original one.
Copy.
Cameron, you're special.
He's a special
special.
boy.
I'm just very.
Your sheet is so weird. How did this happen?
Okay, no joke. I have no idea. I didn't touch anything.
What the? No, I see what you did. You removed like half the columns somehow.
I didn't remove shit. I didn't.
You're missing like you're missing like my column for the regular spell sheet goes from A to L, but for some reason yours only goes from A to J. So you're missing two whole columns. No wonder it's broken.
I know that, Dominic. I didn't touch it though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's
it was
gonna be
like
an oof
that
for
one
me.
day. I think you touched it then. You must have come.
What the fuck would I have done to it? I'm gonna be real.
He's the one who's in charge of fixing it. Why would he mess with it?
It just makes more work for me.
What is cure wounds?
30 minutes into this, and Cam's still crying about a loss of sheet. Yes, we haven't even played the game, and Cameron is already losing the game.
Okay, I can do this, and we can play at the same time. So go for.
Okay, finally. So, last time on Plays and Quests, episode 6 was the last episode, as you can see by the handy-dandy title. You guys went into the castle ruins of Lunar Crest in pursuit of stone men that attached the researcher's bunkhouse. While inside, you discovered a secret dungeon in the back of the throne room that was really, really frustrating for you two, being as small of a party as you were. You guys made it to the end of the cave and not only found a mysterious magical crystal heart, but you also found the stone mind, a stone carving of a brain nestled deep within. You were expecting a worm to show up across the entire time because there were tremors, but nothing of the sort actually showed up. So what the tremors were is at current a mystery. But you guys got on out of there with your treasures in hand. And we now come back to you guys as you guys are walking down the mountain path, heading back towards the smoldering bunkhouse.
Okay, now, okay, so I was paying attention, but apparently Thunderous Smite no longer exists on any Paladin spell lists. Why? I have no idea.
An ability? A spell?
No. Divine Smite is the ability.
Thunder Smite. Yes, I definitely meant to type Thunderous M-Sight. Yes, I'm smart.
Yeah, see, here it is.
Thunderous Smite, first level evocation.
Yeah, see, it exists, but I can't find it anywhere. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It's in the player's handbook, page 282.
So we're at.
It's for the source.
From what I remember, we arrived at that bungalow to dry our clothes from the grimy, muddy water.
Oh yes, that's right. You guys got a little bit further. You guys were soaked. Both of you weren't soaked in muddy water, mind you. You were just soaked in clean water. The bard's clothes actually got washed by the rising clean water.
Right. I forgot about that.
But you guys,
I was the one jumping into everything because I can fit in the holes.
So we're gonna call it that you guys are just getting done with getting everything cleaned up, and you guys are you guys are getting back into your armor, and you've regrouped with Nanor for the time being. He had spent a lot of time. He'd done some healing around here. Definitely,
he gets stabbed in the leg.
He definitely got an earful from you two about not helping, and I'm sure he's well aware that he's in the bad boy zone right now.
The bad boy zone.
he's naughty.
Not in the doghouse. We're digging his grave under the doghouse.
You're digging a grave and you're putting the doghouse inside it.
Yes, and then he can stay in the doghouse. I only might bury him alive.
So, you guys basically got thanked for dealing with the stone people after you kind of like told everyone about what had happened, whatever. And you guys are free to do as you wish right now. You guys are kind of sitting around a campfire, and you've just redonned all of your clothes and equipment after being naked in front of 30-plus people.
What time is it?
Right now, it's actually early. Like, when you guys got back, it was early morning. The sun had just risen. And you guys, it's been about, we'll say 2 hours that you guys took to dry your clothes near the fire. And it's about, we'll say it's just, mid-morning.
Okay. So,
Where to next, do you assume? Do you think this critter would have taken off?
well, I mean...
Do we want to go back and try and find whatever's making the rumbly grumblies in the bottom? The type of rumbly grumblies only hands can cure.
I honestly, man, we've got the heart. I guess now our best option would be to go back to the capital?
Head back to where this all began.
And bring it to the king?
To the king?
We could. Or we could let him deal with a giant stone worm on his own and go off and do our own thing.
Or maybe we'll not blackmail him, but we'll say we'll give it to you once you help us kill the worm.
The lawful good paladin goes right up to the king. Hey, yo. Let me tell you about this worm.
50,000 platinum or your entire group dies.
You're gonna have to fight an Alaskan bullworm if you don't give me all of the money in the vault right now. It's for church business, I swear.
Really, it's going into the donation coffers.
You guys also recall that your other option would be to speak to Regis back at his manor, because he said he was going to go do some more research and see what else he could dig up about the...
I don't know what spell that is.
Calm down.
Okay.
Talking to Regis is probably the better option.
So the two of you know that there's two ways to go. You can either travel south once again and head through Mosswig, or you could take the northern road and stop by in Wind's Rest.
You know what? Let's take the northern road. We haven't been that way before.
Oh, is that Bane? Wait.
Baneful Bunker.
Baneful Bunker.
Sorry.
Yes, that is Bane. There it is.
Yeah. Cameron is very distracted.
A little, but not for long.
Not for long. So you guys are going to head up to Wind's Rest, then? You're going to take that road?
Yeah,
Sure.
That's probably... Is that the one that goes north where that kobold mine was?
It's not a kobold mine.
Oh.
Kobolds
it's a mining town.
Where kobolds used to be a problem. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yes.
Only if I could set more conditions for the glyph of warding.
If only.
Take it and set it all along the trails, name off the party members that weren't with us, and if they come following along the back of this trail, they detonate.
Well, no, you can set a trigger. Like, the trigger can be what you want. I don't know how... Hang on, I'm going to pull this back up.
Yeah, I don't think it can be precise as these people. It has to be like a word or an event.
Hang on,
So,
let's
like,
see.
when stepped on, go boom. But I'm not sure if you can go
decide
when
what
Nanor
triggers
steps
the
on
glyph
this.
when you cast the spell. For glyphs inscribed on the surface, the most typical triggers include touching or standing on the glyph, removing another object covering the glyph, approaching within a certain distance, or manipulating. So it doesn't say that's just the most typical trigger. It doesn't say anywhere on here. Let me see. Trigger. No, it just says that that's the most typical trigger. So technically, there is no
I could just lay special bombs all over the place for our party members.
You literally could. Like, I think you can only have one of them at a time.
Yeah.
But literally, you could have the end of the world be the trigger for the glyph.
Okay, so Dominic, I'm gonna have you do this. All my spells have been copied over, so I don't want to touch it because I feel like if I touch it, I'm
open it up again. Hold on.
I'm gonna destroy the whole fucking thing. I'm just gonna let the professional who made the damn thing.
I also have to
handle it.
point out that Alex made a post in the general chat in reply to the rat
see
image that says, "You don't even shoot the rat or throw it. The demon just dissolves as soon as it lays eyes on its glory." A fucking
Sounds
rat,
about right.
dude. I'm just so you've got everything copied. Everything looks good.
Everything is copied.
I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look good. It looks fine.
What? Wait, what?
It'll work.
It just looks kind of ugly, but that's fine.
What?
It's probably my
My
fault.
sheet looks ugly?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna
Do your thing. I am
Bam.
not in control.
and then rename spell sheet.
I should have brought my hammock.
Did you just take the copy of the spell sheet page and just fucking delete mine and then just put my fucking rename the copy of spell sheet thing to spell sheet?
No.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, that's
if
what I
that's
did.
what you were gonna do, I could have done that.
You didn't ask, but you didn't say you wanted to do it.
I
You
thought
said you
were
were gonna make me
delete
do it.
everything. I thought you were gonna delete everything on my spell sheet and just copy and paste everything from the copy of spell sheet onto the spell sheet.
So anyway, yes, Glyph of
Fuck.
Warding could literally have anything be the trigger. I guess it would. I guess I'm gonna rule that it has to be somewhat within the range of the glyph. You can't just randomly like say at like 500 feet away or like 500 miles away. You can't just say the word poopy and have it explode. So something around it has to be the trigger, but it can be a specific person. It can be a specific creature. It could be whatever. Somebody could like take a piss on it, and that would be what it causes to trigger. Just like put it inside the toilet, and it goes off like a firecracker.
Hey Harley, you want to help me out here for a second?
On what?
What should my 2 second level spells be?
Something that heals and something that does damage.
So that's branding smite, and there's no healing.
Then another damage, as much damage as you can get.
Wait, aid. Spell bolsters your allies' toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
That would
a good
work.
one. That's a good one.
That's an upgrade of heroism.
Hell yeah.
One of those first level spells I could have taken if I hadn't taken a bunch of other stuff because we had 6 party members.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bit of salt. Just
A little bit. Just
Little
a
salt.
Just a little bit. Just a little
Just
salt.
enough to make like a Wendy's large fry or something.
only a dozen of those.
I just had an idea for the glyph of like a really complicated thing that you could do with the Glyph of Warding, since it can store a spell of 3rd level or lower. You store a Comprehend Languages spell, and you have a druid write druid what's it called? Just druidic. Have them write druidic like on the road in front of them, and when somebody steps on the trigger, it casts Comprehend Languages on them, and since they're touching the road, they can read the druidic, and the druidic just is like a really bad dad joke. I don't know, man. I'm just having fun with this glyph thing now while I'm waiting for Cameron to get done here.
Dude,
there's a lot of cool
this
things.
Is easy.
You're good.
Easy for
You're
me.
good.
Yes,
You're good for me to go ahead.
Good. I am good.
Okay.
Maybe I'll ask, should I do branding smite or magic weapon? Because with magic weapon I can give you damage. But with branding smite, I already have thunderous smite. But if I have branding smite, then I can do it.
You might need to buff the bar just a little bit.
So I should go with magic weapon.
Magic weapon is pretty useful, I think. In my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's a fairly decent one.
Yeah, you touch a non-magical weapon until the spell ends. That weapon becomes a magic weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Ooh.
So you basically get an additional +1.
Yeah. Which is actually quite powerful.
Wait, it requires concentration up to an hour.
What's the problem with that?
So that means I can't use any smites while using it.
Does smiting break your concentration? It only breaks your concentration if you cast another spell.
Thunderous. Well, Divine Smite isn't a spell, but Thunderous Smite.
Well, yeah,
is a
but
spell.
you can do a Divine Smite based on your ability, and
I
that
guess.
should...
I'll take Magic Weapon.
I would leave it.
We'll see how it goes.
It's alright if you have a useless spell. It's not like your current party member has an entire book of them.
Hey, you
if
know
we
what?
ever walk
Harley,
into a...
I can swap them out. I can swap my spells out because I'm a paladin. So
Yeah,
if it doesn't
yeah.
work,
Isn't that great?
right?
But if we ever wander into a bar and the bartender's causing issues, let me know. I can kill him in about 15 different ways. And there won't be a trace on the body. I'll
Like
just
the
make his
Broncos.
mind implode.
Nice. Okay, I am totally ready. No more
Okay.
questions. No more spell
Okay.
talk. I am fully prepared.
So you two, dragging Nanor and his candy ass with you, you guys start making your way towards Wind's Rest. The journey takes about half the day. You end up since I'm just gonna go by a time. It's about 8 o'clock when you leave, and when you get there, it's about we'll say it's about 2 o'clock for brevity. It's a little bit shorter of a distance between there and Twig. And you guys arrive basically in what looks like a very small town. It's not too fancy. It's not too. We'll say it's not too clean, quote unquote. More of a rustic city. And stranger, don't worry. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. If you're not having fun with it, that's okay because it's more important. And you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you on Tuesday, my guy. So you guys basically arrive in the town of Wind's Rest. It's kind of just nestled in this alpine slope. There's pine trees all around that you guys noticed as you guys were getting closer. And as you guys approach the town from the south, there's no serious gates or anything. There's a couple of watchtowers, sure, but it doesn't look like it's too heavily closed off, and you guys find it easy to just kind of move into the town.
Okay.
Well, it's probably been a good day's travel, so let's look for an inn first thing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Maybe
like
I'll try to find a blacksmith shop too.
Well, let's find an inn first, so that way we have a place to sleep. Then we can get a blacksmith.
you guys easily find a reasonable looking inn, one in the center of town, kind of near a couple of buildings that look like shops and stores or whatever. You basically find an inn. It's just called the Wind's Rest Inn. It doesn't have a fancy name. It isn't too eccentric with its design, or it just looks like your basic run-of-the-mill inn. And you think that about this whole town. Nothing really looks all of that interesting or unique as far as towns go. It's fairly plain. That's like the one thing that stands out about it to you.
Well, that's something, I guess.
The only thing that stands out is that it doesn't.
Exactly. But that means it stands out. Anyway, sorry.
Maybe too plain.
It's just an illusion. Anyway, so you guys head into the inn, and you guys find it. It's there's a lot of people who look fairly dirty working in here, but they don't look dirty as in like they don't wash or anything like that. They're just covered in dust and dirt. But they're all sitting at tables. They're drinking. They're just kind of talking. Everything again looks pretty basic and standard in here. And there's a taller man behind the counter, just doing bartender things, serving drinks, taking orders.
Okay.
Perpetually polishing the same mug.
That one thing that all bartenders do.
I'm going to approach the bartender. Greetings, sir.
Ah, hi there. Welcome to Wind's Rest and the Wind's Rest Inn. What can I do for you?
How much for a room?
We're gonna go for. We're having a special here. We're just doing like 2 for a room. A lot of the rooms haven't been used lately since the barracks were built, so running them at a special rate.
To what?
2 silver pieces.
He drops 2 silver pieces.
And the bartender takes it and hands you a key.
Okay.
I walk up and like it's just pocket change. I flick 2 silver onto the counter.
You just do it as like douchily as possible.
Yeah, as much show off, I'm way too rich for this joint.
So
And
like
2 coins on the counter.
so like what you walk up to the counter and you like flip out 2 silver pieces like in between 3 of your fingers, kind of like that. And you kind of like play them with your hands. You drop one and flick the other, and the coin like flies up and strikes the bartender like on the forehead, and then lands back on the counter. He just kind of looks at him, and he looks at you, and he grunts softly. He takes them, and he hands you a key. Rooms are in the back, up the stairs. We got all the basic amenities, so feel free to relax while you're here. Thanks for staying at the Wind's Rest Inn, he says.
Sebastian's already gone. He's heading up the stairs. He's not even paying attention to him.
He's saying this with quite a bit of sarcasm to his voice, as he just he goes back to doing what he was doing before. He takes an order from somebody else.
I'll give him a gentle nod and walk off.
So you guys head off to your rooms in particular to do whatever it is that you are going to do.
I'm just gonna prepare and get ready to also go out into the town and see what's what.
Okay. Are you like? I don't know. How do you mean that you're preparing? Are you like leaving some things in your room? Or are you just like?
I am going to come up into the room. Sebastian's going to take some time to like mellow out a little bit, loosen up, and then he's going to leave.
Okay.
I am swapping out of my armor into my fine set of clothes that are freshly dried, nice and folded and warm in my pack. So I look all fancy. Then I'm going to follow him out into town, packing all my stuff because I don't trust this place.
Yep, same with Sebastian.
That's fair enough. So you guys
I have a magic stone egg in my backpack, okay? I don't trust these people with it.
A magic stone
Sebastian
egg?
might put a couple extra gold coins in Sigurd's.
Or wait, which one of you was the one that took one of the eggs from the Eastern Zipper?
What?
Was it Nanor?
That was Nanor.
Was it Nanor who has one?
Yeah.
He has one.
In hopes to hatch it.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
I figured I'd just get more bunny essence.
Nanor is gonna decide. He buys a room too, and he's gonna decide that he's just gonna fuck off again, and he's sleeping in the room.
Seems about right for him.
Yep. Yep. You know what? Sebastian's just not even gonna friggin' question it.
He might as well not be here.
Yeah, he's probably off in their room playing Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution.
Oh my god. So you guys get back out onto the town. They're just straight cobblestone roads with some with these wooden buildings stretching up into the hills beyond. You notice though that fairly up into the hill, you see it looks like there's some kind of operation. What you assume to be the mines, since you heard that this was a mining town. Excuse me. That's like at the end of the town up north, nestled kind of into one of the mountainsides. But you can see that like there's carts being moved, even from this distance. You can tell that looks like where the operations are.
I'm gonna scour the town and search for a blacksmith shop.
You go scouring through the town. You kind of wander off. Oculars, are you going with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a blacksmith shop too.
So the two of you kind of go and ask around trying to find a blacksmith shop. You actually get told by somebody that you're passing by as you ask them that the best blacksmith in town, and actually the best blacksmith in Yorain in its entirety, is Tullius, and he works at the big forge up near the mines.
General Tullius, sir.
General Tullius, sir.
Well, Sebastian's going to thank the woman/man he does not know.
Both. You don't know
I
it,
didn't
but
know
it's
there were
both.
changelings in this town.
He's got both bits down there.
I don't fucking know.
Bruh. Okay. But
The bard will check if I have to.
oh my
I
god.
Have you ever
cast-
seen? I think it's Crocodile Dundee 2.
Oh
Nope.
He
god.
goes to the big city.
I
and he
swear I've
meets-
seen Crocodile Dundee too, but I don't remember
He
what
sees
you're
the
talking about.
cross-dresser. So it's this guy dressed up as a girl that's hitting on him. And a drunk guy leans over, dude, that's a guy. And he gives him a weird look like, yeah, right. Walks up and does the cup check.
Oh.
Like, cup the
Oh.
hand, slaps the crotch, and then walks away. That Sheila's a bloke.
That Sheila's a bloke. Yeah, see, now I remember that Sheila's a bloke. I remember hearing that,
Yes.
so I must have
once
seen
you
it before.
once you get the setting, it pops right in. If I
Um,
have to, I will check.
so you guys do know the location of the Grand Forge.
So I'm gonna head up there
All
and
right.
try to find this blacksmith.
Yeah.
So you
I
guys
figure we're heading on up.
you guys move up to town, and before you get to like the main area, you see a building with just a gigantic looking workshop outside. There's all kinds of materials and displayed weapons, and you can see there's two people kind of working around a forge there. So you guys kind of approach behind, and before you guys even have a chance to say anything, it looks like this fairly tall, burly man. I keep saying the word tall like it's a real descriptor, but he's a burly, bearded man. He looks to be human. He's wearing a blacksmith's apron and some fairly decent-looking clothes, although they're clearly work clothes and not the kind of clothes that the bard is wearing. And as you guys approach, before you can even say anything, he lets out a big sigh and he just kind of stops working for a second. He says, "Look, I already told you. The new shipment of pickaxes is going to be ready for you tomorrow. Will you please stop?" And he turns around to look at you and he's like, "Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm so sorry. You guys aren't miners. Hi, welcome to my forge. What can I do you for?"
Well, walks over. Is there like a chair next to a table or anything? that he can
No,
sit down on?
he's got like a stand, like something that blocks obviously the workshop off from like the public who's just hanging around. So he kind of goes and he stands at the stand, and you get to see his face a little bit better. It's covered in like sweat and it's covered in a little bit of ash. Basically, he looks like he's been working with metal a lot today. And as he moves too, you get a better look at the person who was working with him. It looks like a young woman, fairly strong looking for her size. She's fairly short, not dwarf short, but like short for human. She's red haired. She's just kind of doing, work. You assume that she's like an apprentice or something. But yes,
Okay.
you can move up. You can move up to the counter, and he's just kind of there. He like sets an arm on the counter, and he looks at you. Just waiting for a response.
Well, I'll let you go first because I need to see what I have.
Okay, so Sebastian's just gonna like mosey his way over. He's gonna be like, gonna seem like he's a super chill guy, and he's not good at this. But
Okay.
he's going to lean in. And he's like, I am in the market for a lightish warhammer, a blunt instrument that smashes stone creatures.
Stone creatures in particular, huh? That's a strange request, but I can't
I
blame
have a
you,
feeling
I guess.
I'm going to be fighting a lot of them in the future.
I just kind of
Hmm.
chuckle and nod my head yes.
Let me see what I've got. Are you in the market for something like a two-handed warhammer, something like a maul, a pick? What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for a spiked warhammer.
I see.
Something light. And I'm gonna send you a picture. Just
A lighter warhammer.
Yeah. Here.
I don't really make super complex weapons. Probably guess, but let me take a look around to see what I've got. So he starts perusing through like some of his stock. That just looks. I'm gonna be dead ass. That just looks like the end of a. It just looks like the end of like a halberd
or something like that.
Oh no,
Something
yeah,
like
that's more of what.
Yeah.
So he managed to bring you like. He's got a fairly big looking warhammer, and he kind of brings it over, and he sets it down on the counter. Just. It's nothing fancy, but this should do the trick to crush stone. Mind you, it's not going to be good for mining purposes, but it'll service you in breaking armor and things like that. You know, whatever you're looking to do.
Not looking to use it for mining as a weapon. Also,
right.
How skilled of a blacksmith are you?
Well, lots of people say I'm the best in the country. Can't say that for myself, but that's what they say. I make good weapons, and I make them.
Sebastian's going to dig in his bag, and he's going to pull out the heavenly essence.
Oh.
And he's going to hold it out because he has how many heavenly essences does he have? Shit. Should I use the heavenly essence on the weapon or the armor? What do you think, Harley?
At this point, the weapon would probably be nice, but the armor would work too.
Maybe I should wait until I actually upgrade my armor. Like, get better armor. Yeah, I'll infuse the weapon. Because the armor, I only have scale mail, so I'll need to get better armor if I'm going to put any sort of enchanting inside of it.
So
you have any bunny
it.
essence?
I do not have bunny essence. Wait, no, I do not. Sorry. He's gonna hand the heavenly essence to him. Now, what is your highest quality warhammer? The best one you could possibly forge.
He picks up the gem first things first, and he starts looking at it, and he's like, this gem, it's not a usual gem. I haven't seen anything like this. Where did you get this?
A giant bunny. A giant bunny's eggs.
A giant bunny's eggs.
A man might call me insane, but it is the truth.
Where have I heard about a giant bunny before? Is that something to do with Moss Twig? Is that like?
Yeah, we killed it.
Yep, we killed it.
You killed.
Yes.
About that time, I flip up the hood on my bunny cloak.
Oh yeah, you do that, and it is. He looks it over and he says, "Well, congratulations on that. That's a good kill. Looks like it was a nasty creature from the look of that pelt." So you looking to get this infused into a weapon, is what it is, right?
Yep.
Well, I could make you a warhammer and infuse this gem into the warhammer if you want, or I could do a civil infusion into one of my current stocks. It'd be just like this one, though. Nothing high quality like you asked for.
How about this one, Dom?
What?
That is actually exactly what I was thinking of. This in particular.
Okay.
One of those really light ones with like the pickaxe back. How much would it cost and how long would it take for a custom order?
A custom order. If you're looking for a warhammer, how powerful are you looking for as a warhammer? This is me asking you, Cameron. How do you want the warhammer to be? +1, +2?
We'll go with +2.
You want to order a +2 warhammer?
+2 warhammer. How much would that cost with the gem infused into it? And yeah.
One moment.
And
Let me.
These specifications with the picture.
All right. So give me a second. I'm gonna get the price here. I need to find my. Oh no! Where is my stuff? It's not. Oh, there it is.
Because because we need a blunt instrument to swing at these motherfuckers.
Okay, hold on. Okay, alright. So let's see. Going over everything, he looks everything over and he writes a couple of things down. I'm going to forge you a custom Warhammer to your specifications, plus taking the time to magically infuse this gemstone into it. He does a little bit of writing on like a paper. He seems to be mulling it over, and he slides like the paper over to you, and the calculations come out to about 144 gold pieces to forge the weapon you're asking for in particular.
It's hefty. What if we bring that down to 125? How's that sound?
125. I'm not so sure about that. I'd have to be very, very careful and take extra time, because I've never used a weapon or a gem like this in infusing a weapon before. It's usually some kind of ornate decoration, so it's going to take me a little bit of extra time.
You know, you raise a very valid point. But
I'll tell you what, I like you. I'll knock you down to a price of 135, but I won't go any lower than that. After all, you've given me some information, and I think I might just go and see what kind of gemstones I can acquire from my suppliers in Moss Twig, if this is something that, can be found.
He does the twirl, like the beard. Sebastian does the twirl the beard thing, but he's just kind of like twirling one of the spikes on his chin, and it's not moving. He's just kind of like rubbing the spike on his chin.
It's a very uncomfortable looking thing to anybody who's not a Dragonborn.
And he goes, you know what? Put your heart and soul in it, and you got a deal.
I put my heart and soul into all my work. And he writes up like a little order. And he says,
down for about half up front and half when it's done.
Nah, I take full payment up front. I'm sorry, but with the amount of work that I have to do for the mines nowadays, I can't afford to be getting payment. Plus, it's going to take a lot of time, and I'm sure you're not going to be around here for all that long. So I'm going to need to ship it somewhere, and I need to cover those costs as well.
Well, he hands him the full price of the gold, and he says, if I don't receive this Warhammer, I know who to come for.
That's what this is for. He turns another paper towards you and he slides it to you. It's basically a contract/invoice, and it basically states that the weapon will be completed to the specifications written down, and he has all of the specifications that you gave him, the quality of the weapon, the additional things. It lists all of the pricing for each individual point, and it comes out to the price 135 with a discount, and he has a space for you to put your name, a shipping address for where you would want to receive the weapon, or whether or not you'd want to receive it here. It's basically a whole shebang. It's very professional.
Okay, so how long is this going to take? Can you give me an estimate? That way I can put down a good location.
I'm thinking that this is going to take me at least a week, if not a little bit longer. I'll give you the longest it would take me is 2 weeks if I really work on it, and this is the best project I've got in a while, so I'm going to be working on this. So 2 weeks max, probably a week and a half as an average.
So, He writes down for it to be shipped to the inn we stayed at in the capital.
The inn you didn't stay at an inn in the capital. You stayed at the manor.
Oh fuck! And the manor.
You can put it as the manor. You know the address.
Okay, I put down the address for the manor. Send it here.
Ah, so you know Regis Hartfield, and so he rolls it up and like wraps around like a scroll. How's the old bugger doing? And he sets it over.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not good. Not good at all.
Not good. Health-wise?
No.
Is the bastard
let's
dead?
Let's just say me requesting this be made has everything to do with his problem.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, whatever he's
I just kind of chuckle and killer statues.
I'm sorry. What?
The bard got it. killer statue.
And I just give him this look like, man, you wouldn't even begin to understand.
He gives you this look of he's interested to hear, but he won't pry any further right now. And so he sets the thing aside. Well, with these killer statues, I hope he comes out of it all right. We go way, way back. I've been making him weapons ever since he was, oh goodness, he was in his mid ages. Anyway, what can I do for you then, little man?
I'm going to walk up. I'm going to pull out my bunny essence.
Your zipper essence crystal. So yeah, it's a very similar crystal to the one that Cameron produced, but it's a pale pus yellow. That's the difference, and it kind of like he takes it from you as well. Oh, another one of these, huh? This one is interesting.
Any way of telling what effects it might have if I were to, say, have it put on a pair of boots or something of that sort?
I have never once seen this.
Oh my god, he's gonna get the boots of Mad Hops. Oh.
I have never seen a gemstone like this, so I'm not even sure there would be anywhere that could tell you what it's like. I could make it for you, though, and see what comes out.
And if it's a failure, could you retrieve the essence without issue, or is it a one and done type deal?
You know what? I'll tell you what. If whatever the infusion is, if it's a failure, I'll try to retrieve the gemstone, and if I'm not successful, I'll refund the full price of the weapon, free of charge. Obviously, you know.
My weapon?
No, whatever the weapon or the weapon or the armor that you have it infused into.
Sebastian just looks very confused. He has a low intelligence. He's
dumb boy. I'm not saying he's a dumb boy. I'm just saying I wouldn't let my kid hang out with him. He might catch the stupid.
Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'd like this in a pair of boots type armor.
Okay. Let's see. Are you looking for a full replacement set for your armor to go with it, or just the boots?
I'll look at my kind of slightly tattered, beat up leather set and go, I might as well do a full replacement while I'm in.
Okay. So I should be able to do this. Armor, of course, is not my strong suit, so I'll give you a little bit of a better price on this, but it should work out just fine. Hang on just a moment. He starts writing some things down, and then Delilah, come here. And the apprentice who you saw earlier kind of walks over. She says, "Yes, Mr. Grandwave? Here, take this," and he hands her the crystal and says, "Go set that over by my leatherworking tools." And she nods and she moves over and she does that. So let me see. Let me go ahead and get this up here with the price. How good a quality would you like this armor piece to be? How much armor do you want me to add? As a DM-esque player, do you want it +1, +2? What are you looking for?
A +1 will do me.
Okay, so +1 is the... Please excuse me while I get this dingity-ding done. And what kind of... Are you looking for studded leather or regular leather?
Studded, if you could.
Okay, studded. So studded.
And I'm going to look over at the paladin and go, once there were 6 of us. If only we still had the other 5.
Sebastian just looks down at his hands, face palms himself and goes, oh man, we'd have the best chemistry of any party in the world. It's too bad they're all gone.
And I'm going to slowly chuckle, realizing that I told him there were 5 people missing, not 4 out of the 2 of us.
So he basically turns to you and he says,
"Who's the 5th? Shit! Who's the 5th guy that's missing? I don't know." Sebastian's a dumb boy. He's just as dumb as his actual player. So
the fifth guy who is missing. There's Justith is missing. There's Ben Diedick who is missing. There is Taz's character who is missing, and then there's Parker, which is obviously. So he hands you. He looks over to you. So for the studded leather armor and the infusion of the gemstone at the cheaper price than I normally make, that's going to come out to 175 gold. And I gave you a little discount on the same level as I gave your friend here.
And it's 10 silver to a gold, right?
Yes.
Kind of look at my money pouch and go, sounds fair to me.
All right. So he writes up the same kind of thing and he slides it over to you. It's got all the same things: an address to be delivered to, the name of the person it's being delivered to. It's got the prices, all that junk.
Okay, I'll hand him over the money.
Okay, so he takes your money and he kind of
I need to
waits for you to finish up the thing.
With Harley here, player to player here.
Okay.
What if I have a normal +1, like a +1 longsword in my inventory right now. If I cast magic weapon on it, does it get +2?
Yes.
Okay.
It technically becomes
so
+2.
what if I cast magic weapon on this longsword and then try to sell it to him?
He would notice you casting it.
Damn it!
It would be fairly hard for him not to notice if you're standing right there that you're casting it.
That would take someone like a bard casting Charm Person on him as well, so that he doesn't look too close.
Maybe we'll try that on another shopkeep.
Yeah, not one who is
let's
working
not try it on the guy
who's
making very good equipment for us.
Yeah, that's
the
very
best
true.
blacksmith supposedly in the whole country.
Yeah,
maybe try that on Grunk, the dwarven blacksmith who's just getting started, fresh out of guild training.
Take this +2 longsword. I'll sell it to you for 150 gold pieces. It's the best longsword you could possibly find. Oh, we should ask him how much it would cost to enchant or to put like a magic stone inside the pickaxe of smiting, of chest smiting.
What do you think was my next question?
Oh my gosh,
I was gonna pull that out
You're
with
a whole step ahead.
a small pouch of gold I have, the pouch of miscellaneous jewels, and I was gonna look at him and go, "What can you do to this?"
oh goodness! Are you looking to just put the gemstones in there as a decoration?
No.
I'm going to look at him and go, "This must be the fanciest, strongest, most magical pickaxe ever. This is the pickaxe of chest smiting."
The pickaxe
as if it's
of
already
chest
some
smiting.
magic item.
Wow, that's an incredible weapon you've got there, and a lot of gemstones.
And it's very clearly just a beat up, cheap.
Oh no, I know. He's got an eye. He knows what you're going for. So, how many gemstones do you have in total then?
Let's pool our gemstones together.
Oh my god, are you guys just gonna put all of your gemstones in this fucking pickaxe?
Yes, absolutely.
This is going to be the most magical pick ever.
Okay.
I have 3 rubies, an emerald.
3 rubies, an emerald.
Oh, another ruby, so that's 4, a garnet. I've got 2 small opal, another garnet.
You have a lot more gems than me. But I have gold ore.
So do
and
I.
Gold nuggets.
Oh lord.
So I'm handing over 2 opal, 2 garnet, a ruby.
Hang on, I gotta write this down.
4 rubies.
I gotta write this
emerald.
down. So hold on, two opal,
2 opal, 2 garnets.
2 rubies.
4 rubies and
4
an
rubies.
emerald.
4
4
rubies
rubies.
and an emerald.
And, like, what is it? 5 units of gold ore.
Oh my god. Okay, so 5 gold ore.
Oh, and we're not done. We still got my shit to put in there.
Oh no, dude, this thing is gonna be so heavy.
I'll wield it. I'll wield it whenever her chest needs to be smitten.
No,
All right.
you realize this thing's gonna sparkle. When we walk into town, this is hanging off the back of my backpack. People are going to notice it.
Yeah.
All the different gems,
Okay.
this thing's gonna glow.
Oh
So
my lord.
I push over to the man's. I have 1 sapphire.
Oh god, hang on, let me write this down. 1 sapphire.
No,
Okay.
make that 2 sapphires.
Okay, 2 sapphires.
2 sapphires, 3 emeralds,
Oh my god.
2 opal, 1 gold nugget, 1 white crystal.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Is that? Are you sure that's not a? Where did you get the white crystal?
No, yeah, that's the heavenly essence thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Apologize. Okay, and then he's gonna pull one more thing out. One
Okay.
more thing that might be able to be forged into this pickaxe that would make it look real cool. And this was that trinket that I rolled for. And he pulls it out of his pocket, and it's about a size of a smartphone
Okay.
vial of dragon blood.
Okay.
You need a cracked window?
It'd be nice.
Vial of dragon blood. Oh my god. My dude. Okay. So he's looking at all of this.
Pickaxe in history.
He's looking at all of this. And he looks up at the two of you, and he looks at the pickaxe. Fuck it. I'll do it. You know what? Fair enough. Let me get you the price on what this is all gonna cost you.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay. So he goes ahead and he does all that. He does a lot of calculating. He looks like he's actually frustrated doing all of the calculations here.
Streamer. I haven't been able to pull it up, or else I would have picked fun.
Discussion.
I know.
Hmm?
Oh my god, I googled fantasy pickaxes and I got a picture of a Minecraft pickaxe. Oh my god. Sebastian is just waiting very, very eagerly to see what he's got to say.
What?
Now my question is, do these gems reduce the price at all? That's my question.
Well, we're given a lot of the materials, so you'd figure the material cost is pretty well cut.
Yeah, the material cost has basically been cut. So he's basically so you can see he kind of takes a moment here. I gotta look at the frickin' sheet again. Goddamn. So 6.
And my whole family says
22,
hi to you guys,
3.
just so you know.
Hey!
Tell them I said hi.
Yeah. They came and cracked the window for me.
Cool.
All right.
I've been sitting in the back of a car in 60-degree heat with the windows rolled up.
These are some very expensive
God.
gemstones, but so I'm gonna take all of this for you. For 100 gold flat, I'll make you this pickaxe.
100 gold.
I'm gonna
flat.
turn to the paladin and go, how much money does the dog have?
You say that out loud. Like
Out loud and very seriously.
Seeger just kind of like tilts his head and barks softly.
Sigurd, sit.
He sits.
He Sebastian leans down and he's like, "Are you willing to help us pay for this pickaxe?"
He licks your face.
He reaches into the dog's pocket and he pulls out the gold pouch and he looks to see how much is in there. And he's only got 2 gold pieces and 15 silver. But he has 1 garnet. He has a garnet. So I take the garnet out of the bag and I slip it towards the guy.
The garnet by itself is worth, I believe, 100 GP. Let me take a look. Yeah, a garnet is worth 100 gold pieces. So he takes the garnet. He takes the garnet and he's like, "Yeah, No, you know what? Yeah. And he takes the garnet and he sets it down and he writes and he performs another thing and the price basically just says 1 garnet. And he's like, go ahead and sign this and I'll get the order started.
Oh, it is signed.
I take Sigurd's paw and I
The dog signs for it.
I signed the fucking paper with the dog's paw.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And I wrote Blacksmith dead in the eye and I say, I mean, he paid for it, so.
Okay, hold on.
The blacksmith is just going, yep, sure, why not?
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
Signed by Sebastian. And then +1.
No, I signed Sigurd.
No,
That's
I'm
name.
talking about your Warhammer.
Oh, this is the Warhammer, okay. I'm talking about the pickaxe. I signed Sigurd with the fucking dog's paw.
Okay. Signed
The delivery
by
person's gonna friggin' come up
Oculars.
to the mansion and he's gonna be, I have a delivery here for Sebastian, Ocularis, and Sigurd. He's just gonna hear a bark.
Bark.
Oh, I imagine like on the contract you signed his name, then put a paw print.
Oh
So-
my god, I'm gonna put a paw print next to the Sigurd's name.
Okay.
So everyone knows it
I
was a
assumed
dog
that
that signed this
you
contract.
just signed it with the paw print. That's what I was assuming.
Oh, well then yes, I signed it just with a paw print.
So he's getting a kick out of this, but he stores everything and he gives each of you a copy of your order. And he
Folds
takes
Sigurd's up,
one
poking
and he,
at the dogs.
Yeah, he does that himself. Sigurd, he gets up to the counter. He asks you to basically bring Sigurd and he slips it into his armor.
Yep.
So you all have a copy of your order for
I
the
tell him
pickaxe.
good boy and I give him a treat.
He eats the treat. His tail wags.
Hell yeah. I can't believe he had a garnet in his inventory. The dog paid for the goddamn pickaxe. How it can't get more perfect than that. It literally can't.
Okay.
I like how the blacksmith just went with it.
He explained it earlier basically with his tone, but he's just had to be more making pickaxes and mining equipment for the last however long, you're not sure. So this must be amazing for him.
But this is going to be the most incredible pickaxe he's ever made. And Sebastian asked in complete sincerity, what can you do with the dragon blood? I am genuinely curious.
I'll mix it into the metal and I'll see what I can do. Or I can just inlay the vial into the pickaxe, maybe at the head.
Can you strengthen the glass on the vial?
Sure thing.
Dude, we could call it the Dragon Blood Pickaxe of Chest Smiting.
I imagine him having this thing done, like sitting proudly in the background when the miners come to pick up their just bog standard pickaxes. So they grab this just raw forged iron pick and look up, and here's this beast of just pure glory and riches sitting in the background. And when they ask, who is this pickaxe for? It's for a dog.
Dog.
Oh my god.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. Once this pickaxe is done, we're taking it to a woodworker to have him put carvings in the fucking handle.
Yeah, if there's any wood left.
By the time these characters are done, this pickaxe is going to be tricked out. Every time we get to a new craftsman, I'm going to have that craftsman do something to it.
Dude, it's just gonna be
This
that
is going
spatula
to
from
be
like
the
the
most
second episode of
ornate, epic
SpongeBob.
weapon of all time.
It's gonna be the.
We're gonna be carrying it around, and no one's gonna believe that it's a non-magical item.
That's the best part. Is it's a non-magical item.
Well, one day it might be a magical item. We might enchant the damn thing.
Okay.
Pack enough riches into it.
So
it
he
becomes
finally
magical.
stops. He finally stops smiling like way too hard, and he sets everything aside. Is there anything else that I can do for the two of you?
And I'm just gonna look at him and go, I'm basically broke, and it was worth it.
He laughs
I look down
happily.
at Sigurd. What about you, Sigurd? Do you need anything else?
He just kind of like gives you this dumb dog stare, and he farts.
Why?
He had to fart.
Why does the dog keep farting?
He's farted like twice. Calm down.
Let's see. How much would oh, you know what? I'm gonna buy mithril plate armor for my dog.
That's gonna be
Oh my God.
expensive.
Oh yeah, not now. When I get enough money, I'm buying mithril plate armor for my dog because that would be light enough for him to run around with.
Oh, no.
And once we get that enough money, we're also like mithril tipping this pickaxe.
Oh yeah,
So the very points are mithril.
and we'll put adamantine on the handle so it'll never break.
So basically, so he looks at you. You want to create an armor for your dog.
Yes.
I could create plate armor for your dog
Mithril
if you
plate
wanted
armor?
to. I don't have access to mithril,
What
unfortunately.
if we got you the mithril?
Oh my God. He actually says, "Oh my God." Do you even
We're going
understand
off on a
how
side tangent.
Do you even understand how expensive this is going to be without me custom making the armor?
Yeah, okay. Look, sir. I need it to be lighted so that Sigurd doesn't lose his mobility.
Oh, it will be light. It will be light, I assure you. But I don't think if the barn is broke, then I don't think you have enough money to afford plate armor for yourself, let alone your dog.
How much would that armor be?
Do you know how much plate armor is worth, Paladin?
Well, that way I'll know how much to save. And he does that thing where he shakes his head and gets his head closer and closer to the blacksmith. And says, well, then I'll know how much to save up.
He looks at you straight, and he says, if I were to make basic, no additions, armor for your dog, it will cost me 6,000 gold pieces.
Now, let me ask you something. He like puts his arm over the blacksmith's shoulder and he goes, and he holds out 2 copper pieces. He says, how about 2 copper pieces?
You think you...
Up front.
I'm in a good mood, but it's not going to pay for that armor.
Damn, it was worth a shot. And he pulls back and he says, when I have 6,000 gold pieces, no, when I have 12,000 gold pieces worth in coin, I will come back here and I will buy plate armor for myself and my dog. Just
No, 6,000 is gonna... No, it'll cost you 7,500 to get plate armor for yourself as well.
Oh, so then I'll wait until I have 15,000 worth of coin.
Oh my
and
God.
then I'll come. And that armor will be made.
He looks...
look at him.
Valued customer too, right?
I'm going to
Sigurd?
look at him and go, at least we don't make your life dull like the rest of these guys.
Fair point. You ever have that much coin, come to me, and I will make it. And he looks at the two of you. Is there seriously anything else I can do? I've got equipment. I could buy weapons off of you. Honestly, it's just anything that isn't an obscenely intricate and expensive order. You have a normal transaction to make.
How much would you pay for 2 pieces of gold ore?
2 pieces of gold ore.
Or you know what?
Can I-
Add that to the pickaxe too.
Oh God! So 8 pieces of gold ore.
I'm gonna pull out my normal rapier and my normal dagger and go, well, I guess I could sell these to you.
A rapier and a dagger. Let me take a look here. And he grabs them from you.
They're not bad quality, they're nothing special, but...
Oh, let's see. I can buy these off of you for 14 gold pieces.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So he takes the rapier and he takes the dagger and he hands you 20 13. God, I'm stupid. 14 gold pieces. I don't know why I got the 20 from.
I'm going to slip it into my pouch like I have tons of money left.
Cool. And what about you?
Sebastian he's not paying attention. He's looking at his dog.
Right. Well, if that's everything, thank you guys. Seriously. Formally, just so you know who to look out for in the future. Did I give you my name?
Nope.
So I
just kind of shake my head.
So he reaches his hand out. Sorry for being so rude, and he goes to shake both of your hands. My name is Tullius Grandwave. Remember that name.
Sebastian Glade.
I am Ocularis.
Beautiful, beautiful. And with that, I'm gonna go and get started. It's going to be a long, long week. And he moves all of the materials over to the back, and he just gets to work. You can see that he's started working again.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess without the pickaxe of chest smiting, I don't think we can go in any dungeon crawls. I can't. No, we can't. It's against the law.
We might have to temporarily bust chests with something else.
With your
With
beefy
what?
hands.
Our fists?
I was thinking Manor's face, but you know.
That works!
Oh my god.
The skull of chest smiting!
Holy shit. So what are you guys gonna do now?
To the mansion.
You guys are gonna start heading back to Surd right now. You paid for rooms.
Well, I figure we're sleeping through the night first because it's been a long day just getting here, and then probably another long day hiking up to the mines,
you guys
ordering
are also
all this, and
very tired because you didn't get sleep last night by all technicalities. You were in the dungeon until morning, so you guys are gonna get some good sleep. But before you guys leave, you feel a tap on your shoulder, Ocularis. And as you whirl around to see who is tapping your shoulder, you see it's the young woman who was working with Tullius at the forge. She stepped out from the workshop.
I instantly turn on all my charm.
You like look at her like normal, and as soon as you see it's a woman with woman parts, your face just curls into this seductive smirk, like Eugene from Tangled. You put on the
There's just
smolder.
Magically a breeze in the room. All of a sudden, my hair is flowing.
Oh
ever
yeah,
so gently.
yeah. You look like a bard, and she says, "Excuse me. You guys said that you you're adventurers. I could see, and you seem quite capable, considering you said that you defeated that large bunny monster, right?"
Most
Sebastian
assuredly.
gives a big yawn, and he just nods.
Well, how would you guys feel about doing a little work for me? I'd pay you, of course, a hefty sum, actually, to go up into the mountains and fetch a particular material for me. I don't know how much longer you'll be staying in town or if you plan to leave, but basically I have need of some very rare materials and I can't send anyone else or go out myself to collect them.
I'm going to get a very stern look and go, "It looks like we will be in town for a while. My friend here is deathly afraid of opening a chest without the pickaxe of chest smiting."
He's right, you know.
I see. Well,
I'm too dependent on it.
You've grown too dependent. She produces a large coin pouch and she hands each of you 25 gold, or she basically holds out 25 gold pieces in both of her hands. Here, this will just be the upfront payment, and I'll pay you 200 gold pieces for the job. Are you interested?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
So she hands you the two, and she also pulls out a slip of paper. The information of what you're looking for is on this paper, but I'll need you to go up into the mountains, and I need you to search for a special piece of ore and a special gemstone, if you would be so kind. Um, Basically, I'm in the need of these because, well, it's almost time for me to get my certification, and Tullius is going to have me make an armor piece and a weapon piece using those. Basically, then he'll approve me for certification as a blacksmith, and I won't have to be an apprentice anymore. So if you
I'm
would,
fairly certain we can get what you need.
oh, thank you. I have to get back to work. All of the information is on the slip of paper. Good luck, and you could just bring it to me by hand anytime.
Well,
Sounds good.
Yeah,
At this point, we're both visibly tired.
You two look ragged. Get some sleep.
Even through all my charm, you can tell I'm tired.
I don't even have a time frame for you to bring it back. Just bring me the materials, if you can, whenever.
Sure thing.
She
Will
bows
do.
and says, "Thank you, I appreciate it. I have to go." And she turns around and heads back up to the workshop.
Well, I'm heading right back to the inn, and
Yeah, I'm
Plumping
gonna
into my
first things
bed.
first and go take a nap.
yep.
So the
I'm
two of you return to the inn, and you have a good long sleep.
What time is it right now when we get back to the inn?
When you get back to the inn, it's about 4 o'clock. You spend about 2 hours total out on the town, we'll say.
Sounds about right to me.
So you guys are just gonna sleep through the night, wait till the next morning?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Very easily sleep through the night.
All right, so you guys sleep through the night, and you have a lovely rest. You feel refreshed as you could be in the morning when you guys wake up. Ocularis, when you wake up, by the way, and I just want to be sure, I have your HP as 29 here, right?
Let me double check for you. Yes.
Okay, perfect. As you wake up in the morning, you still have the heart on you, and as you wake up in the morning and the sunlight streaks through the window, the rising sun, you feel yourself like getting, you feel an energy surge within you. So right now, add 5 temporary hit points to yourself.
Woohoo!
So you have an additional 5 temporary hit points. The 5 from yesterday also disappear.
Okay.
So there's that. It is now morning, and you guys have awoken. You guys are ready. What do?
Sebastian looks in his bag and he sees the small bag of brittle bones, and he's just gonna. What the fuck are these even? Why? And he's just gonna toss them.
So you take the small bag of brittle bones, and what do you toss them out the window?
Yeah.
I like the image of this paladin in his room getting his stuff packed up in the morning.
So you throw
finds a
open your
bag of
window.
bones and just throws them out the window randomly.
So you take your bags and you open the window and you just huck them out, and you hear somebody say "ow" and like what the hell? And they pick up the bag and they look inside and they look up at the window. Are you in the window?
Nope. He's crouched down, packing stuff.
He didn't
into his
even
bag.
bother standing up to throw them out. He was like crouched down, going through his bag, and just hucked him over his shoulder out the window.
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
Well, I guess I could just take these to the blacksmith and sell them. He usually goes and buys materials. And the person like zips up the bag and they walk off.
Small bag of brittle bones. Good luck. They're brittle. They're not going to be used for anything.
That was. You know what? Never mind.
What?
Nothing, Sebastian. You do you.
Hey, he's not smart and he's an asshole. He doesn't give a shit that he hit a woman in the head.
Oh, that's not even it. Anyway, so other than packing up your stuff and hitting random pedestrians with bags of bones, what else is going on this morning?
He's gonna get he's gonna go downstairs.
I'll go downstairs, meet up with the paladin, pull out the slip of paper, and figure out where we gotta go to get materials.
So basically, the slip of paper describes where and what you're looking for. In the mountains up to the northwest of Wind's Rest, there are small caves that usually form naturally that have a very special ore, and there's both a drawing and a description of the ore and gemstone in particular. The ore, which is just drawn like a lump with some streaks in it. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. It's silvery, and it's it's described as silvery ore that is run through with streaks of jade, and she seems to have labeled it as Verdai ore on the slip. The gemstone is also a similar color to jade or emerald as described in her writing, but it's extremely translucent and it's easy to see through, like glass almost. But it's drawn as like, it looks kind of like quartz in a way.
God, can we imagine if the pickaxe of chest smiting was made out of jade?
That would be kind of sick.
Just the jade pickaxe of chest smiting.
So that's basically what it's described as. It just seems to be some kind of exceptionally rare ore, or just this incredibly unique ore, and a small gemstone.
Okay. I guess we head off.
We go, I guess.
All right.
Yep.
So, nothing else left to do in the town. You two decide that you're going to make your way up into the forest and hills to the northeast of Wind's Rest. As you guys travel, you notice that the forest doesn't have a lot going on. You manage to see some small animals running around, sure. But you don't hear any dangerous noises, nothing accosts you.
Dom.
What's up?
You forgot the bard.
What?
Yeah. The bardy wardy poo.
Oh, I haven't. You know what? That's fine. The bard's gonna be
I-
quiet today.
I hear baby.
Baby.
Yes, the car is now in motion, so there's other sounds. I will be popping in and out of mute.
Okay. Well, either way, so like I was describing, the forest itself is not too, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not too infested, you think, with dangerous creatures. It looks like the area around here has pretty much been completely wiped of dangerous creatures, and you notice that further as you guys approach a small clearing that has been overgrown with grass, and you see just kind of strewn around this clearing what looks like the remains of very, very ragged, I want to say jury-rigged structures created out of wood, stone, and bits of planks, and bits of basically things that look like they were gathered from broken down carts, maybe. It basically looks like a very ramshackle set of structures that over time have been overgrown, but more than that, it looks like they were actually destroyed before they were overgrown. So basically, tattered cloth, broken wood, stones scattered everywhere. It just looks like it was some kind of camp for maybe goblins or kobolds that was completely just wrecked by passing adventurers. And you actually see more than one of those as you guys are traveling up into the more mountainy areas.
So none of them seem to have anything in them, nothing?
No. These things have been completely and utterly destroyed. Like adventurers were contracted to come out and destroy these things, and they did exactly that. Completely and utterly ransacked, looted, all gone. It's basically like, yeah. Like they said, the kobold problem hasn't been a problem for years, and they're just all completely, all these camps that you pass, you pass around 3 total. These 3 total remnants of what looked like camps as you guys make it up to the more mountainy area where you guys begin to look for a cave.
Okay.
So it takes a while, and you guys are doing meticulous searching as you guys kind of comb the mountain sides. Once you guys reach a certain point, though, you see something up ahead, a light. There's a couple more pine trees that kind of create a little wooded area near this slope. So it's not exactly like a natural flat area, but there's just a cluster of trees that kind of extends down, and you can see light pouring out from like the trees in these little streaks, like there's a campfire or something lit just up ahead.
Okay.
I say we approach carefully, weapons drawn, ready for a fight.
Okay, I'm going to draw a Rune Razor and get ready for anything.
Okay, so you draw your sword, and the bard also does so, and you guys start approaching. You guys start approaching this area. Hang on, I need to check and see if this is. No, that's fine. I'll show that. I'll show that in a minute on stream. But you guys start approaching, sneaking through the trees, and you guys are fairly far away from Wind's Rest at this point. You've traveled probably a good, I want to say 10. I'm gonna say like 7 to 10 miles out of town. It was a long hike. So it is getting like into the afternoon or whatever. And you guys make it up into this area. You guys sneak through the woods, and as you guys get a better look, peeking through the underbrush up front, you see an area with like four columns of like jagged rock. They're not like pillars or anything that were personally made. They're more like bits of the mountain that are just kind of jutting up into the area. And in the center, there's this large bonfire that is burning brightly, casting shadows all over. And easily enough, you see that gathered around this campfire is a gaggle of, despite all odds and despite what you've seen, it's a gaggle of kobolds, it looks like. All sitting around a campfire in their like raggedy armor. They've got like these ragged weapons. They're just sitting around doing kind of nothing. At the end of the clearing too, you can see just this small building. Just like the buildings before, it looks like it was built very quickly and not for comfort, just it's basic shelter, and it's not very big. You reckon that there's probably, that you can see right now, there's about 4 of them resting around the fire. You're not sure if you can see or hear any more from right here where you are, but that's what you see. There's also a large stack of rotting, busted down crates just behind the bonfire that you can see.
So they're kobolds, huh?
Yes.
Well, I am a dragonborn, so I'm going to use my dragonness in order to maybe intimidate them into telling us what they're doing up here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what exactly are you gonna
inspired?
Well, you're gonna inspire me?
Yes, that's a D8. Just to help out.
Is it a D8 now, or is it a?
Yep, because I'm level 5. It's a D8.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Sebastian is going to walk with his weapon drawn, but he's going to like stand with his weapon down, and he's kind of like drag it like intimidatingly across the grass.
Okay.
And as he approaches and steps into the light, or where the kobolds are,
into the line of sight. Yeah.
And he just screams, "Kneel before me, whelps!" as he approaches the camp.
You hear lots of screaming. Like, you hear the four of the kobolds, they look at you, and they don't even go for their weapons. They kind of like all bunch up, and they cower. They basically cower. You step in there, it doesn't even take any effort. You scream at them to kneel, they all kind of gather together, and they cower and start mumbling with each other, kneeled on the grass like in a pile almost.
They're mumbling?
They're like muttering incohesively as they like try to say things like, "Oh god, oh god."
His sword, not like he swings his sword at them, but not to hit them.
Okay.
And he just screams, "Silence!" as he swings his weapon.
The muttering and the wailing calms down to like whimpers and just barely noises as they all just kind of shut up and they just look up at you.
How many of them can I count?
You can count 4 that are standing out here by the fire where you are.
What are you doing here? Those who can speak common, step up and tell me what is going on.
So the kobolds kind of look at each other, and one of them, who is just like small and he looks very plain, he's got like tannish whatever, he kind of stands up and he moves over to you and he speaks in this tiny like whispered voice. We're just living up here. That's it. I promise. Please don't kill us. Please. He's clearly very terrified.
Deep down, Sebastian has no real intention to kill them unless they attack him. Okay, hold on.
Well, they don't know that.
Yeah, but just letting the DM know that
Yes.
Sebastian has no intention. So he stabs his sword into the ground while still holding on to it. What are your intentions?
Intentions? We're just trying to survive out here. He like, as you stab the sword in the ground, he covers his like face from it and he steps back a few steps.
And he lifts his sword back out and he stares at them for a minute.
They are like pissing their pants right now. Not literally, but figuratively.
He points his weapon at them. If given the opportunity, would you have struck me first? And he points his sword at the one that can speak. And he puts the blade tip like basically in his face. Like one tiny movement, he would stab him in the head.
And he starts stammering with his words, and you hear another voice coming from the building. You hear, "Leave your hands off of them!" And from over to the like in the doorway of the ramshackle thing, you see a kobold that is basically wearing like a cow's skull and like a fur hood. Of course, it's not like fancy or well done. It just basically looks like anything that they scrounged up. And they step out and they look at you. "Do not touch my tribe mates. Don't even think about it." And
he then turns the sword towards the cow skull kobold, and he coats his mouth and eyes in lightning as if he's getting ready to cast lightning breath. And he looks at them. "How dare you tell me what to do?" And he points the sword at them, at the chief.
So the who you assume to be the chief of this tribe of kobolds, they pick up this like club, and they get into a defensive stance. And the thing that you notice first and foremost is that the kobolds who were immediately huddled, they run from where they were right over to where the chief is, and they all like get behind the chief. They don't.
Okay.
They left their weapons, by the way. Like, their weapons were where they were sitting before, but they just left them. They didn't even think about picking them up. And the chief doesn't move, and the chief simply, she's a defensive stance, basically.
Do I notice any shaking or fear in her?
No. Despite all of this, there's no fear in the chief's eyes. The kobolds behind her, absolutely. They are scared out of their wits. But the chief is not.
So while this is happening, Sebastian's going to take a look around to see if he can notice anything that would tip him off to the fact that, do these kobolds rob? Do they kill? Do they do anything? Like, any items that would be out of the ordinary?
The only thing that you see that is even slightly suspicious is the large stack of broken down crates in the corner of the clearing.
He points to the crates with his free hand. "What's in the crates?"
She doesn't answer you. She stands there, and make me a perception check really quick.
Okay. That is a 13.
Okay, you can add your inspiration if you want to.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I'll add my inspiration.
I'm just reminding you because everybody usually forgets that they have inspiration.
So that's an unnatural 20 then.
Okay.
With inspiration.
So you have to really, really like turn your head and listen carefully, but you hear the chief mutter to the other kobolds, "If he attacks, run, leave me behind, and never come back. Hear me? Just run."
As soon as she says that, he calls out the fact, "I have no intention of harming anyone unless you show me what is in the crates."
Go look for yourself. She basically spits at you.
He booms his voice even louder for her to show him. And he's going to boom it as loud as he possibly can. And he repeats himself. And he's going to start blastering the runes, coating them in light to make it more intimidating.
Make me an intimidation check.
How's a 25 sound?
For the first time while you've been talking to the chief, you see her stance waver a bit. But it doesn't seem to be in response to your actual words. Her eyes kind of just look straight at the weapon and not you at all. And she glances back to her tribe mates. And she then ushers them to go into the building, and she by herself moves over to the crates, and like she doesn't even open one. She takes her club and she bashes one of the crates open, and it just spills out it just spills out rotten, disgusting like bits of grain, and not even a lot. Like the crate was already busted up to begin with, just out of it just kind of spills this musty, rotten grain with like gross of mold on it.
So Sebastian sees this, and he just completely, he turns all of this down. He turns the dial down, everything. He's got it at 11.
He turns it down to like a 4.
His eyes and mouth stop like bursting lightning out of them, and he's still with his sword out, lowers the light. Then we don't have a problem.
Good. She just says, she doesn't change the way that she's standing. She doesn't change the way that she looks. She moves away from the crates and goes back to stand in front of the doorway by the building. What business have you here?
We're up here searching for an ore. Just some materials for a blacksmith. I have no intention or no jobs or payments in order to slay you.
She looks at you. And you swear this?
On my honor as a paladin.
You swear it? On Bahamut? She says to you.
He holds out his Bahamut holy symbol, and he kneels for a prayer, says, "Swear on his honor."
She finally takes her club, and she puts it away. And she calls back to the rest of them, "Come out now." And they all still clearly very terrified, filter back out, and they kind of just start standing around her. They don't want to look at you at the moment. But she crosses her arms and she motions with her head towards the northwest, excuse me. There's a cave up there. It's got some kind of pretty gemstones, if that's what you're looking for.
He sheaths his weapon and apologizes for the rude entrance there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna open up the map of the area here as well, just so you get an idea of what it looks like.
Okay, and he brushes his hands like if you're like getting dust off your hands, and
yeah.
Like, I apologize for the rude entrance. You can never be too safe.
I'd like to step out of the bush at this time.
You do so.
Having been kind of hiding this whole time, I step out and thanks for the information.
Sorry for the terrible stream overlay here. This was a map made well before I was starting to like make it so that it fit better on Paint.net or Microsoft Paint. So it looks a little bit strange, but that's basically what it looks like.
Okay.
Sorry, can you go through what you said again, Cameron?
So he said, "I apologize for the rude entrance.
Oh, right,
you can
right,
never
right.
be too safe."
Indeed. So, are you going to be moving on? You and your friend?
He digs in his into his bag and he says, "Where'd you get the food?" Just out of curiosity.
You know that big landslide thing from the mountains way east of here?
He he cringes at the sound and he just kind of, "Oh, I know of it." And he looks, they can clearly see visible disgust at the mention of the place.
We've just basically pulled boxes from that area. None from the humans, but
How many of you got here?
boxes?
No, people.
5.
He digs in his pouch and he walks over and he hands the woman 15 gold pieces.
The woman, the kobold spits on the ground. You think that's of any use to us?
Indeed. He looks at her with a stern, like, he looks very serious and he says, "Use this to buy food."
How? She's clearly quite frustrated at this notion.
There are kobolds in the cities. Kobolds are not rare at all. So you'd buy them from any merchant as long as you don't show any hostility. And he looks completely serious. Like, no, doesn't look like he's mocking them or laughing at them in any way.
She snatches the gold pouch and she walks into the building and she like sets it down somewhere you don't see it or anything like that, but she walks back out. Fine.
And he looks back at her and says, "By honor of Bahamut, if anybody lays a hand on this village, come to me."
Village. She spits again. Not like you could stop it. The only thing that's been keeping this and us safe is the distance. So it would be very nice if you wouldn't say a word.
I have no intentions of revealing your location.
Good.
Like I said, I was not paid to come here and kill you. And even if I was paid to come here and kill you, if I found you, I wouldn't have done so because you don't seem to be harming anybody.
Well, then we're in agreement. And if you don't mind, please leave.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. He looks around one more time and sighs, looks to his companion, says, "I guess we're off. Be safe."
I guess so. Off to the cave then.
Yep.
So the two of you move off to the cave. You guys go off in the direction that the chieftain pointed you in, and the chief, as you guys are leaving, the chief ushers everyone back into the building. She goes out and snuffs the campfire and then closes up the building. You notice all of that happening as you guys are leaving. It's noisy. It's not exactly subtle, but there's nothing else. You guys head off to where you guys were told, and as you guys move up the mountains, let me get the map back up here. Ugaboo, ugaboo, ugaboo. I'm gonna just go ahead. I forgot I need to now.
I might make frequent visits to these people and try to grow a relationship with them.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to live like that. That's a terrible way to live.
Yeah, we might be able to do something for the poor kobolds along our journeys.
Yes.
Especially once we have our magical pickaxe back.
Once we have the magical pickaxe, we can use it to rule the world.
Okay.
Of course. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast dancing lights inside the gems and have them move from gem to gem.
Oh.
So that way it appears more magical than it is.
Oh my god.
Do that every time we enter a city.
Do that every time
Pretty
you enter a
much.
city and smite a chest.
Pretty much. Because it's a cantrip, so why not?
There's no reason not to.
So as you guys move up into the mountains a little bit more, you have to climb quite a bit before you see what the kobold chieftain was talking about. You see the opening of just this mouth of a cave. It's very small. It's very hidden. You almost can't see it, but with the information you were given, you're able to kind of duck inside. It's not very big. It looks like it's just one of those. What I'll call it an indent, but it's just a very shallow cave. And inside, you very easily are able to spot the materials that you're looking for. You can see just there's a couple of those sprits of gemstones just kind of scattered around, and one part of the wall has the ore just kind of like sticking out of it.
Oh my god, we don't have a pickaxe to get the ore.
No, we don't.
Shit. Are there any pickaxes laying around?
Nope. Just a totally natural cave. You're very far from civilization at this point, up into the mountains. Like, if I were to mark where you are on the map, you're probably right here.
Sebastian is going to find... Let's see. He's going to go out into the woods, and he's going to try to find himself a strong piece of wood for a stick.
You managed to break off a fairly strong-looking branch off of one of the trees.
He's going to... Now he's going to go try to find a stone.
Are you basically going to do a Minecraft?
Yes, he's going to fashion a stone pickaxe in order to attempt to get this.
So, you're not able to fashion a stone pickaxe, but you managed to lash together... Make me a survival check, actually.
16.
Okay, you managed to lash together a very flimsy, very terrible-looking stone axe that you look like you could use to break into the rock and get the ore.
And he does so. He takes as much time as he needs to get it.
So you manage to break it apart, and we'll say that you collect it too. So you managed to get out a unit of the translucent green gemstone, and you managed to get out a unit of the Verdai ore.
Okay, I gather as many gemstones as I possibly can.
So it takes you a while, and your axe breaks partway through, but you manage to gather 2 more gemstones.
So what type of gemstones are they?
They're just light. They're just clear light green gemstones. They don't have you don't know what they are or like what properties they have. They're just strange translucent green gemstone.
So I have 4 of them.
You have 2, or you have 3 total. Including the one that you're going to give to the girl.
Okay, I'm going to try to find more after, just
your axe broke, so you aren't going to be able to chip off them as easily. And what I described is that's how much you got from this cave.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's all we needed.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So back to the blacksmiths.
Easy money. Yep.
I could have used a spell to get them out, but it would have also risked caving in the cave.
What spell were you going to use?
Since I got another 2nd level spell, I picked up Shatter.
Ooh. That actually
10-foot
probably would have been
sphere of sound, basically thunder. But all creatures made of non-magical stone, crystal, or metal have disadvantage against the spell. which for what we've been doing sounded perfect.
Yeah, that does. That's perfect for the enemies that you've had to fight as of right now. So you guys go ahead and you get out of the cave and you start making your way back to Wind's Rest. It takes you about the rest of the day, and it's late evening by the time that you guys get in. You're thinking it's probably around 10 o'clock. And the blacksmith is well closed by now.
So I guess we just go to sleep at the inn.
Yeah, go rent our rooms and sleep at the inn.
All right.
Head back in the morning.
So that's another 2 silver pieces from each of you to rent another inn night.
Yep.
And you guys rest at the inn, and you guys go ahead and make your way up to the blacksmith in the morning. So as you guys approach, you can see Tullius hard at work, and Delilah is currently looking like she's working the counter, like writing things down, and she noticed you approaching. And she looks back at Tullius, and she walks over to you, and she says, "Hi, did you guys manage to find anything up there?"
He plops the stone on the table.
She's on the other side of the table. She came out to meet you, so she kind of just takes the stone and the gemstone. These look really ragged. Did you guys have trouble using the pick or something?
We didn't have a pickaxe.
You didn't have a pickaxe.
Nope.
Oh yes, that's right. You gave your pickaxe to Tullius.
We wouldn't have used that pickaxe anyway. It's not what it's
That
for.
is the pickaxe at chest smiting, not ore mining.
So she stuffs him back. Well, you guys got that done fairly quickly. Thanks. I didn't think you would find a cave that easy, but here. So she hands you the rest of the gold. So the rest of the gold is 150 gold pieces, because she gave you 25 each at the start as an upfront payment.
So we each get...
You each get 75.
Right.
And she looks at you and says, you know what, here. She moves over to their stock, and she picks out a miner's pickaxe, basically, and she puts money in the till, and she walks it over to you, and she hands it to you. Here, take this, a little bit of an extra thing from me. Apparently you don't have a pickaxe. This would probably prove useful.
How big is the pickaxe? Is it like one of the larger ones, or is it a smaller one?
It's like a smaller miner's pickaxe meant specifically for mining ore and rocks.
So for like a traveler to carry around.
Yes.
Okay. So
general equipment.
He takes the pickaxe and he straps it to his belt.
So that pickaxe is going to be want to make sure I've got the... Yeah, it's 10 pounds. It's a 10-pound pickaxe total.
Okay. That's a heavy pickaxe.
Well, pickaxes are heavy.
Okay. That's really weird.
What?
It says my max carry weight is 300, and your calculator only says I have 5 pounds on me.
Let me go check your sheet. You might have broken something.
No, wait, no, I figured it out. Never mind.
Cameron break something on his sheet? Never.
Never.
Oh, you'll have to re-give me the weights. I hit undo on a bunch of stuff. You'll have to, because I was trying to fix the sheet, you'll have to give me all the weights for these, or I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll
just look at the weights for items.
Yeah. I'll go do that. So, now we have a pickaxe and a bunch of money. So I guess now we just head to Surd and go to the mansion to deliver the heart to Mr.
So you guys are gonna head off to Surd.
Yeah, I don't see any other reason to stay in this town, so off to Surd it is.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys wave goodbye, and obviously she moves on to do whatever work she was gonna do. And you guys go off, and you get on the road to Surd. It's gonna take you most of the day to get to Surd from Wind's Rest. It's a bit of a longer trek than it was from... I still have the map, right? Yes, yep. I do. It's a bit of a longer trek than it was just straight to Mosswig, not by much. So it's evening, or it's early evening by the time that you guys get there. You guys were up pretty early, taking it to the blacksmith. So we're calling it like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock by the time you guys reach Surd at the gates.
Okay.
So you guys make your way up into the city, and you just head on over to the. You do it. You head on over to the manor, and you just find yourselves at the front door of the manor.
Cool.
So
The doors
knock
are
on the
shut
door,
and
I
locked
guess.
at the moment.
I knock on the door furiously, as if we're in some urgent matter to get in.
You take the big iron ring and you just.
Yeah, I imagine it has like the 2 rings, one on either side of the door. I grab and.
Wait, you grab both? So you grab both?
Sebastian starts to understand, and he starts banging it with his hands.
So it's more like. And the door swings open, and there's just this frantic hell. He's part of the help, clearly. And he's like, oh, God, what is it?
Greetings, we're back. And I just
yeah, just very calmly and casually walking in, we're back.
He just steps out of the way, and he holds the door open. Welcome. And he's like, he looks like terrified.
I feel like a dick, but that's supposed to be the point. So,
Oh, I purposely did it to mess with these guys. They sent us to Lunar Crest to get this stupid magic stone, and we come back and the door's locked. I'm messing with them as much as possible.
Oh yes. It's not like there's something bigger going on. No, the real nuisance is the fucking door. Why would anyone in a big city lock the door to their fancy mansion? Man,
I also
really...
don't have my comfort weapon, which is the pickaxe of chest smiting.
There's no
I have to be here. I have to be here to pick up my pickaxe, so I need in this building as soon as possible.
A mansion is just a gigantic chest for people.
Yes, it is a giant chest for people,
and
God. I shall open it thusly.
Anyway, the guy closes and relocks the door, and he gestures for you to go inwards. He's in his study. Do you know where that is?
Yep.
I just kind of give him this look like not a clue and nod my head yes.
If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. Nicely.
I'm just going to look at him very quietly. I'm sure you'll find me if I have an issue.
He looks totally exasperated, but he just nods. He's been paid. He knows what he has to do.
Oh my God.
Because I imagine myself like getting lost, and instead of asking for help, I'm like running, kicking it open every door, and just screaming into the room to see what I hear.
You just start stamping your foot. you know how people do whatever that dance is, where they just start like running in place and hold their arms up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you guys, I assume you guys walk up to the study, past the bedrooms that you guys once used. You guys walk up to the study, and the door is unlocked and it's open, and you can see Regis. He's got his desk was very neat before, but right now it's a mess. It's strewn with scrolls and books, and he's poring over something with like his glasses. He's reading it, and he notices you guys in the doorway. After a few seconds, he says, "Oh, you guys are back. Oh, wonderful. Come in, please. Can I offer you a drink?"
I'm going to give him a completely befuddled look, and you couldn't hear us coming.
I'm reading. I'm sorry.
We woke the dead to get into your house.
What did you do?
And I'm just gonna smile and not say a thing.
Yeah. Sebastian's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna find a seat and sit down.
No brandy for you.
I'm gonna pull out the magic rock and set on the desk.
The magic rock?
It's still like wrapped up in a... Yeah. It's still like wrapped up in a piece of leather.
So you take and unwrap the gigantic stone brain. Like, this thing is like the size of your chest. And you just set it on his desk, which creaks from like... It creaks a little bit, and he's like... Is this it? This is the artifact?
I look at him and go, if it's not, everyone in this town is dying until someone brings me the real one.
He looks it over. No. This has to be it. It's the carvings, the design. He picks it up and he starts
I
looking
imagine
it
there's
over.
like a slight eye twitch as I say that.
Yeah, Sebastian says it better be as he's like sitting there petting his dog, sitting in a chair.
You're just like sitting in his armchair, like you're like breaking it. You like it's creaking underneath your weight. It's not designed for you. And you're just there petting your dog, possibly in your lap, which is adding even more weight.
No, he's on the floor.
Okay. But he looks it over and he's just like examining it and he's like, yeah, no, the carvings are the same. There's some intricate runes in here. This looks like the counterpart artifact that was mentioned in the book. And he kind of like sets it back down on the table. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so glad that you guys were able to find it.
How much would you hate it if I caused another landslide?
Just like dead serious blank stare at him.
He looks at you with these eyes of like, are you joking?
No. I'm not joking.
Dead serious stares. We're looking at him like, yeah, we want to bury that place forever.
We've been trying to uncover that place bit by bit.
You don't want to.
Why would you want to bury it again?
Why? You don't want to go in there.
Why would I want to uncover an ancient castle full of ancient artifacts and ancient possible dungeons?
Every 2 steps, there's a trap and a puzzle.
You will never leave there alive. We barely made it through there.
I'm pushing near the end of my grave here. You two are strapping young men with complete faculty over your actions. And
I'm going to look at him very calmly. We are strong, smart. We have encountered traps and puzzles like you wouldn't even believe. And we barely made it through the simplest of those puzzles.
He crosses
the
his
easiest
arms.
of those traps. If anyone who is not well versed in adventuring and has a full party of, let's say, 6 members with them, they will probably die countless times.
Let's also talk about the fact that we found several dead bodies of what seemed to be our explorers doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, many.
You found one.
Yes, but they're exact.
He doesn't know that. he doesn't know that.
He sighs and he fixes his glasses. I don't suppose you'll want to at least give me a report of what happened?
Puzzles. Traps.
I pull out a book.
Oh no.
This is like a 50-chapter book, and I set it on the table.
When did you write this? It's been 3 days.
You know that night we didn't sleep because we were drying our clothes?
Oh.
This was anger management.
He takes the book and he looks at you with this and he looks back down at the book and he's like got this face on him. He's like, I'm gonna have to figure out which of this is embellishment and which is real.
None of it.
But
Sebastian looks at him with the most serious.
He doesn't say that. He's not.
He says,
"Is this just a lot of communicating with just facial expressions?" Yes.
Yeah.
So he sets the book aside, and he looks like he's gonna pour over it later. And he looks up at you.
Regis.
I'm not reading it now. We have more important things to talk about. You're lucky that you came when you did, because we might need to do this fairly quickly.
And we might
I'm not sure.
stay here for a couple
More
weeks.
stone worms? And I'm
Not
going to
stone
slump
worms.
down in a chair. Stupid monsters.
Not stone worms, stone everything. I found more and more on these artifacts, and I don't like anything that I'm reading. He starts like grabbing papers, and he finds a couple of notes that he made. Look, the stone heart that I dug up beneath Serd all those weeks ago, it's more than just something that brings simple stone creatures to life. It is something that brings even the largest of stone carvings to life. We're talking giant, hulking, behemoth, mountain-sized statues that could be moving and crushing cities here.
Interesting. Well, I can't.
I'm just gonna give him this blank stare. Like, really? This is what's next for us?
Look.
Sebastian stands and looks at him dead in the eye, and he says, well, we're not going to be effective against any of those creatures unless we get to stay here for a couple weeks and wait for a shipment that we just paid for.
A shipment.
So,
okay.
Yes,
okay.
we met the best blacksmith in the land and got some weapons and armor.
I see.
And
well,
a magic
that's
tool
fair
that will
enough.
save our lives many times over.
I don't think that this is as urgent as we think it is, because you did come back with the artifact. And he pulls out another piece of paper and he starts pouring it over. Yes. I managed to discover a little bit more about what this artifact does. This mind here, this brain. And he... Excuse me. He starts reading things off. It looks like if we can get the original incantation that is used to activate this artifact, we would be able to completely and utterly dissipate the magical energy that is used to give these stone creatures life.
Sebastian's going to give it an exasperated sigh, and he looks him in the eyes and he says, "Look, Regis, this seems to be becoming more and more of a massive undertaking. And we do not have the funds to continue doing this. If you want
manpower.
If you want us to continue helping you through this endeavor, we're going to need to be paid regularly in order to keep ourselves alive."
I'll do you one better, he says, standing up from behind his desk, and he moves over to a portion of his wall. He pulls a little handle, like a candlestick handle, on the wall, and it slides open, and it reveals a compartment. And in the compartment is a large set of plate armor.
I am taking detailed notes of everything he just did. I am searching this entire mansion tonight.
Yeah. He notices you taking notes, and he says, "Don't even try it, Bard."
I look at him and too late.
I will smite thee. I don't suppose Glade told you anything about me, did he, Sebastian?
Nope, not a word.
To be honest, I don't even know if I know anything about you.
Well, in my prime, I worked under the same church as your father. And well, I'm a paladin too. So here's the deal. He picks up a gigantic greatsword with strength that you didn't think that he possibly had. But he picks it up. And he brandishes it. He seems like he's testing out his bones and his bones and his muscles or whatever. And he looks at you and says, "I'll pay you regularly, and I'm coming with you. There's no more time for me to be sitting on my ass pouring through notes. This is serious. This is serious business, and if I don't do something, I'm afraid no one else will, or be able to."
Well, Regis, if you're going to come with me, I'm going to need to test your mettle.
Please. You wouldn't last a moment.
Tomorrow, you're going to spar with me.
Don't think that this is going to be easy. Giving you an out.
I raise my
Sebastian.
hand. I'm like staring at you two, and I raise my hand, just very quietly waiting.
What is it?
Wait, is his father the big scaly Glade guy that would visit the Druid city? Got like a staff of resurrection or something?
I would assume so.
Yes.
Oh, no wonder he's so dumb.
Hey, Sebastian, he's like, "What did you just say?" Yeah,
so he puts away his the greatsword and he relocks the cabinet. And he looks over to you two and he crosses his arms and kind of leans against the panel. Look. Somewhere up in the north, it looks like we'll be able to find out exactly how we're going to be able to activate this artifact. Up near Stokewood, it's a city that's popped up fairly recently. We should be able to go search for some more ruins that might have the answers on how to perform the ritual that causes. Yes, I know. I can see it in your face.
More.
I gently put my hand on his shoulder and go, "It's alright. Once we have the pickaxe, all our problems shall be solved."
You're right. I'm sorry. I doubted it. I'm sorry. I doubted it.
So he shakes his head a little bit, and he goes back over to his papers, and he pulls out a map, and it seems to be like a map of the area, and he kind of points specifically. Hang on, I gotta get back to paint. So he moves it up, and he marks a couple of things. First thing he does is he shows you where Stokewood is. So I'm gonna go ahead and one moment. Paint really fucking sucks. I hate you, Paint. I hate you so much. So he goes ahead and he marks Stokewood for you. So that's where Stokewood is. And he takes a couple of markings, and he shows you where they are. So there's some possible locations that I managed to triangulate here, here, and here of possible stone ruins near Stokewood that might house what we're looking for.
Those look to be a solid day apart.
Yes, it's a lot of ground to cover, but with the three of us, we should be able to cover it quickly and efficiently. So it shouldn't be as hard as the two of you just waltzing through a dungeon by yourself. Who knows? Maybe I'll even see if I can't gather another person to come and do something with us.
To be honest, I appreciate your assistance. I just wish we weren't abandoned by our party members.
And
I know how
imagine
it
like
feels.
Nanor's just standing quietly in the back of the room, and I'm gonna lean up and go, I wouldn't trust this Nanor fella.
Do you see?
He seems to be
Did
very
you notice something?
shifty.
He never left Wind's Rest.
Oh
Good.
My God. Oh
He's
my God.
still
Good.
there.
Whew. We dodged a bullet there, but I'm still gonna lean up and I wouldn't trust that Nanor feller. I think he's going to try and rob and murder people.
Yeah.
He
be
seems
honest.
very
A lot of your
shady
party members didn't
and
seem
just
all that.
genuinely evil.
You guys all. It was a ragtag group. It was thrown together quickly. I didn't expect it to have much hold. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you had to work with such unprofessional people.
Regis, I do ask that tomorrow we do at least do one sparring match.
I'll show you
Joe,
what
make-
I'm worth.
It's nothing to do with bravado. It'll just make me feel more comfortable to know I have a capable ally on my side.
These old bones still have some fight in them. So.
And he looks at Ocularis and he says, not saying you're incapable, I'm saying our party members are incapable.
I just kind of shrug. It would be nice to know what he can do before we're trusting our lives to him. So that way, when we have to set up tripwires to trip our hundreds of stone golems that are running at us so we can crush them with boulders, as we did in the dungeon. From 3 to hundreds.
Think of an intricate trap that involves tripwires, a bear trap to the skull, and a giant boulder flattening other boulders.
I'll be surprised, Sebastian. I didn't think you'd even come up with a plan like that, but you know what?
I look at him and what Sebastian did it.
You know what? That makes more sense.
He was the manpower, I was the brain.
And I was simply used as a measurement tool.
Most of the time, yes.
Sebastian's gonna look, I'm not dumb though. My father may be stupid, but I'm smarter than he is. When in reality, Glade's id stat was 9.
Anyway, he says, interrupting this whole conversation, you guys said that you're going to be here about a week, right?
A couple weeks.
A couple of weeks.
To be
Two?
exact.
Two to be
However-
exact.
2 weeks.
However long it takes for our equipment to show up.
Right.
Because we cannot go and fight stone creatures with bladed weapons. It just doesn't work.
I
Not very well.
want to let you know of something as well, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Something came along to my hands the other day that was kind of interesting. So he goes back to his desk and he pulls out a letter, and it's got the seal of the city on it in red wax. And he hands it over to Sebastian.
He opens it up immediately and just reads it.
It is basically It is basically a notification of termination of employment due to arrest, and it's got Justice's name on it.
That's why we haven't seen him.
Yes, apparently, and he speaks as you read the letter. Apparently, he stormed into some kind of building in town, some residence, and started attacking people. It was a bloody slaughter, apparently. But he was luckily restrained partway through before he hurt very many people, and he's now awaiting trial in the jail in town.
He's guilty. He's guilty.
I have no doubt in my mind that he's guilty.
And I start writing down in a book these details.
Oh my god.
And they're not being embellished at all. He definitely, in the book, didn't kill off an entire village by himself.
Oh my god. So the note says that the trial. They also says the trial date in the event that you wish to attend is going to be tomorrow. The trial is tomorrow. Should you want to attend the trial, but other than that, the letter is just saying that all employment must be terminated. It's basically saying he doesn't work for you anymore. He's in jail and in the custody of the city.
Yep, that makes sense.
If we do go, we need a banner that says guilty.
Guilty as charged. You just start going like rah rah rah, guilty as charged, rah rah rah, and then you're forcibly removed from the courtroom.
And before they take us out, as he's walking in, we fill a goblet of ale and toast to him as he doesn't get a drop.
Hey, prosecutor, swing!
Oh my god.
Well, it looks like you. So if you're gonna be here for a week, I guess you've got plenty of time to enjoy Sud and all of its glory. Explore the city, hang around.
I will
do research.
mostly be training. Do you have a training hall?
Yes, of course. I hardly sees use anymore these days unless I want to give myself a good workout. It's in the backyard. There's tons and tons of space, lots of dummies. You can practice as much as you like.
I appreciate
I'm gonna
it.
stretch a bit and go, I can finally get some work done on my books.
It seems like you got plenty of work done. Oh, and feel free to ask anything of the help. They're happy to get you anything like drinks, food, anything that you need, and feel free to use the rooms that you used before. I'll just go ahead and set those aside for you guys to stay in as long as you want while you're here in Fiorin.
Thank you, Regis.
It's
I
been a
look
pleasure.
forward to our match tomorrow morning.
Yes. I would say, though, as soon as your equipment arrives, we should probably move out and head for Stokewood.
That is the plan.
Well, I guess I'll see you in the morning, then. Feel free to get settled in. And he kind of sits back down at his desk. I hope that armor still fits me. I have gained quite a few pounds, and he smacks his stomach.
As I walk out of the room, I'm very nonchalantly, bumping every candle holder, seeing if it moves.
None of them move, and he just gives you this. He sighs and watches you just go down the hall.
If you can no longer fit into the armor, I'll help you work out. Burn that weight off in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Sebastian. Now, it really is nice seeing you here, and Ocularis too. I don't know how he's related to your father or anything like that, but they at least seems to know. It's good to be around.
Looks at Ocularis and he goes, "I have no idea." Apparently, everybody seems to have a connection to my father.
Your father is like he's catching school buses with his web.
I'm holding a book and I look up at it. It's almost like it was a convenient plot point for a story. And just keep writing and walk away. And of course, I'm bumping into every candle holder I can. And if there's a bust, I go up and twist it, play with the head a little, walk away.
There's one bust that he breaks the head off of, and he just looks around, he's like, "Oh shit," and he puts it back on.
Put it back. It's upside down, and I leave. It's not even fixed right.
like you're pulling up
And of course-
every book on every shelf. Like you're just.
Yeah, I'm like walking up the shelves of books and
Basically,
very
now
carefully
the help is
kept
following
one out,
behind
put it
you,
in.
and they just keep like anything that you mess up, they have to fix. So they're just behind you, like fixing all of your shit.
And I'm just like doing it carefree as if what I'm doing is perfectly normal.
What time is it? I have to know.
So right now it's about 7 o'clock.
Okay,
Once
Sebastian is going to get a good night's rest for his match with Regis tomorrow.
Okay, and I think right about here, I
With
know it's
Gordon,
been a bit of a shorter session, but I'm gonna end it in the interest of maybe Nanor will show up for the next one. But if even so, whatever happens, we'll have another person. I'm gonna ask Alex if he wants to join. We'll set him up a character. I'll do that over this week and get him ready to come in the event.
And
that Nanor fucks up.
just make him. I guess just make him level 5 too.
I will. I'll make him level 5 so he's on par with your party. Everything will be good. But for now, we're going to end episode 7 here, and we're gonna move on, and we'll see you guys on stream next Sunday. Things are starting to pick up. There's a lot going on now, and now the party really has a clear goal on what they need to do with this mind, and hopefully later on the BBEG is going to reveal himself. Who knows? We'll see what happens next time on Planes and Quests.
It was Nanor the whole time.
It was Nanor the whole time.
No, it was Justice.
Or Justice. Yeah,
Or
it was
Bendy
Justice.
It turns out he's gonna get hung for a minor crime. And it's just game over. Just the Breath of the Wild. Da, 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 da. Game over. But I will see all of you guys on the next one. We're gonna sign off here.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. See you on Monday.